Thanks very much, Ian. The toss has been done here, and Encounter Bay have won it through Tyson Neal, and they are going to be kicking to the Victor Harbour Township end. For the YouTube viewers, that's to left of screen. So the home side, the blue and gold, is going to left of screen. And the other Eagles here, because they're both nicknamed the Eagles, is McLaren, who are top of the premiership. They're in the navy blue, gold and red tops. They are going to kick to the right of screen, and the visitors.
And you'll notice that the Encounter Bay team normally wear different colour shorts than what they've got on now. They've got white shorts on today, not to get too confused with the other Eagles down there, especially if it's a dark day, and nearly black with their colours. So I think we'll be right today, Trev. There won't be too much mud on the oval today.
No, the cricket pitch area is a little bit soft. It's soft out there in patches. There's been a lot of rain. All ovals will be soft around to what they have been. So, but yeah, it won't be a filthy mud coming up onto it. And yeah, blue sky here. It's a very slight breeze, not much into it. Shouldn't favour either end. The reserves games just finished. Encounter Bay 8-9, defeating the visitors McLaren 5-6. So they were, I think, second and third or something like that on the reserves. They were close anyway. And
no, McLaren will be out of the five.
Out of the five now, were they? So yeah. So I know. So I looked up and checked out onto them. So they're round to here. So we will be running that little bit late. I'll just give to you, Kevy, while I just close the door behind us.
Better do that, otherwise we'll look into the window here and it's like looking into a mirror. And the teams are getting ready now to take their positions and get on with the first quarter. The McLaren team, the one that's coming in now with the black shorts on, they're top. They haven't lost a game for the whole year. And Encounter Bay, I think, have lost...
four or something, four or five, yeah. Something like that. Yeah, like that. Yeah, it must be at least five, because I reckon Wollonga and my Ponga Selix have lost at least four, and they're probably a couple of games clear of them anyway. So, but yeah, nothing really hinging on this.
No, this is a non-event game, really. A game that has to be played, but the winner of this doesn't advance any further than what they are now.
No, McLaren's will have a week off, and of course Encounter Bay will play next Sunday
against Langong Creek.
Yeah, 4th and 5th are playing, and of course 2 and 3 will play Saturday at Mount Compass. As a siren umpire raises it up here, and we are set to go. At the first quarter here in Encounter Bay, up in the air she goes, comes out there. Ellis tries to get out. Lippert gets it. He's a bit up and under there. Comes out the wing out here. The Bays are getting a run on it. Bang! His hip and shoulder comes into it. Out they go. Turns around, goes into it quickly. There was Mitchell Davis and goes round. McLaren get the ball out in their back flank. Top clubber, the clubber inside goes off, and he finds his player in the back flank. He goes in the centre. Interference comes a spoil from Encounter Bay. Comes out through there, hanging on too long through there, and it'll be a kick out there to McLaren's. They go off. He misses this one there. Comes over to Todd Mackay. Mackay goes out. Body used up on the forward lines, and they come over here, and it comes over to Jordan Mutton. Mutton puts this ball up. Oh, that one's curling away. Goes off. Gets close to the boundary line, but it's marked by McLaren's. Deep into the pocket area, though. And it goes over here to Lachlan Matthews. Yeah. So Matthews, fairly reliable kick in this McLaren side. So it is a very tight angle though. Like I said,
be able to bend it through from here.
He sits up there and does it, but does it too early, too quick, and it goes through for a minor score. So the FBA scoreboard, we have McLaren 1 point, Encounter Bay yet to score.
It's the first score of the game so far. The ball will be kicked back in by Encounter Bay. He decides to go over the clubroom side with it. And over it goes out there, comes off hands, the ball's on the ground now. Will be picked up by McLaren. They pick it up, gets a quick handball out of this pack there. A little kick goes in, and there's a mark being taken down there by
Merritt.
McLaren with Matthew Merritt. And he'll be called a few times today too. He normally gets plenty of kicks. So Merritt now, he'll kick in from the other side. He's in the left forward pocket. Coming in there, it'll be alright if he's a right footer. Probably a left footer, Trev. But anyway.
No, I reckon he's a rider.
He'll come in here, should be able to just bend it around nicely. He is a right footer. He does, and it goes through for a minor score only. So this is the second minor score to McLaren. They go to 2 points now, leading Encounter Bay yet to score.
Encounter Bay with the ball to bring it back in. Comes back out here to Hamish Tonkin. Goes in. Oh, he kept that one down low. Picks up there in Tyson Neal. Tyson Neal goes off now, comes straight up the centre, over the back, and he finds Lippert. Lippert slips over on the sticky wicket.
I reckon he's got
he's got
his cricket shoes on, I reckon.
He goes out wide, club room side, goes up and under, double grab by McLaren's and takes the mark. Comes inside there, Matthews again, I reckon it is. He goes off, puts it in the cricket pitch area, leading in the run here. Out they go, side steps around, comes in, goes off, almost a spoil, comes out and he finds his player leading out to him in their forward line. Comes around here to James Grimley.
Was Groves that had it before that.
So up he comes. He's going to be kicking. Oh, he's probably going to be just on the 50, just outside.
I think he's almost top of the goal kicking list, isn't he?
Yeah, I did look at them, so I can't relate now to who was on top. So it was pretty tight. No, Basham was top leading from Victor. 56, I think. So
he'd have to be reasonably close.
Yep. So Grimley comes in for McLaren's, drives off, he hangs that one, it's going to be short, up they go, over the back it comes, out they come, Counter Bay hang out, comes out to Lippert, Lippert drives it out, up they go, in the back it goes, over the back, and Counter Bay pick it up there, goes out quickly through there, in Mitchell Davis, he flips over, handball comes out quickly by McLaren's, goes out wide, traps by Lippert again, left footer, drives off, met heavily as he kicked, gets up onto the forward, up on the wing here, and McLaren's reception on there, and they go out through Ashley Goodison. He goes out wider still, finds his player in Jamie Smith, goes out to the wing, club room side, and finds his player. Off he goes. You can see the wet softness over there in the ground. Umpire calls him play on. Popplewell gets him going. Goes up to the forward flank, over there, finds his player out there and goes around quickly. Now he gets to play on. Smothered beautifully by the Bays. Goss over there, that was Big Allen. That was well done by the big ruckman. Comes off to Ellis for McLaren. His handball goes backwards. Finds his player, comes out the centre, comes out to Goodison. He goes up and down, comes down with it, and he turns, marks it in the centre. Up he goes, full into the forward lines. Body goes up, too much height there, and that was easily done to Cody Ellison for McLaren. Drives it down low, off it goes. Spoil comes in through there, Tonkin. Fraser Tonkin gets it over to his brother, I reckon. Comes out to there, under the wing. 2 here for McLaren's, only one Bay one. Turns round, goes off, he gets Shepherd out. Turns round, gets it, stabs it down, finds his player quickly here in Alex Moyle. So McLaren controlling a lot of this ball today. So early, goes off. It's a low flat one though, goes over the back, comes out, bang, oh, protect the player, he does, and Tonkin's down. Got that one right across the neck, he got that one. And he will be sore on that one. So if Mum's listening in, don't worry, but yeah, Hamish has taken a high one going down.
It's taken a while to... He's not normally one that carries on about
normally
that.
Gets up on it, so yeah, it was a big hit. So he goes back now, goes out wide and he finds it. Still got the player in the pocket. That goes out through there, and I think that was Lachlan Williams.
Yeah,
he gets over with it, goes out the wing, up they go, turns around at there. Crispin couldn't get to it. McLaren's wrap it all up, comes out here to Todd McKay. McKay puts the ball up. Over the back here is McLaren's. They gets up over on there, and Allen can't reach over. And look at him come around from there.
He's around a mile.
He's come around a mile.
Get him round
Lachlan
further.
Matthews. The umpire hasn't put him back much further.
No.
So, got the smarts on that one. Drives through, straight through. The umpire comes. We wait for a signal. In it goes. Goal. So there it is.
FP Ag, the name you can trust for all your farm needs. FP Ag Rural Supplies has the knowledge and know-how to help you improve your production with expert agronomy advice for your pastures, hay production and broadacre cropping, fertiliser advice and spreading, animal health strategies, fencing needs, expert viticultural advice, livestock sales options, and we also offer an on-farm delivery service. FP Ag, with 5 fully stocked branches across the Fleurieu, we're in your field.
Up it goes in the air. In they go, the Encounter Bay player there got the knock. That was number 8 for Encounter Bay.
Oh,
and that was,
puts it back into play.
Callum Tonkin that had that one, and here's a chance now for McLaren to get it back again. They kick it down to almost centre half forward, and coming through and taking the mark then for Encounter Bay was Corey Gamble. Gamble kicks it across the ground, and out they come again, and that's the player that had it before. That's Callum Tonkin, and Tonkins kicks it down there, and they're playing from behind the forward line. They've done that a fair bit this year, Trev.
Yeah.
And the mark has been taken down there in the back line by McLaren. He just puts the ball up high, down in front of the club rooms it goes, comes off hands, and McLaren have got hold of the ball again. That was blocked off the boot though, and coming through them was Encounter Bay and
Pearson's.
And Pearson's, is that Pearson's, isn't it?
15, yep.
And the ball now is across the boundary line, and the boundary umpire will toss it in. So not a bad day here today at Encounter Bay. The weather's okay, it doesn't look like rain, but the oval a little bit wet from yesterday and the day before. Anyway, from the throw up it goes. Ball's on the ground now. Quick hand pass out by McLaren. The ball's on the ground, and the Encounter Bay got hold of it. Down the wing it goes, and here player coming out there again with it was Lachlan Matthews, and in the back line it's been marked out there by Gamble for Encounter Bay. He just kicks it in short, and that's player out there with it is...
I reckon it's Fife. Andrew Fife.
Fife, or is it number 4?
No, 1, I reckon.
Anyway, it's Andrew Fife that's got it. And the ball now, has it gone out of bounds?
Yep.
I think it has gone out of bounds. Trev, and the scores at the moment are 1-2 to McLaren, and Encounter Bay yet to even look like scoring.
Right in front of the club rooms. Umpire puts it all up. Over the back it goes. Turn around. He gets wrapped up. Put down. And he gets wrapped up. And he might get holding the ball. Yep. I thought Tyson Neal might have been slightly high. He quickly goes into attack. This is as deep as the bay's gone. Out they come. Tunnelled in underneath him. Put him up and down. It goes to Jake Tarker. Jake Tarker went up in the air, and the McLaren player took his legs out, and didn't he come down?
He did.
Yeah.
That's one of the things he learnt while he was over at Geelong.
Yeah. Well, it's lucky that ground's soft now, because it would have taken the wind out onto it. So
he's over there for 2 years and never played a game for Geelong, but he played in the Geelong area though.
Yeah, up he goes. Cuts over there. Umpire comes around. And what's he done? He's nothing at all.
Where's the ball gone?
Must have been out in the full. So the ball's over the back, and they're coming back, and the players stand by the point post, so it must be out in the full. So no score to Encounter Bay. That was actually not a good kick by him. No, he's normally reliable. So over there at the moment we have Kiefer Zohar with the ball from McLaren's. Drives it back to the clubroom side. Up it goes. Off hands, comes over the back. Turn around. Tonkin can't get to it. He turns around. That's Callum. Turns around, comes back inside, flicked up beautifully by McLaren's. Handball goes over. Crispin got to him, rode him down, that's holding the ball.
Free kick to Crispin.
Yep.
Got in quickly then.
So Crispin comes back inside, finds his player inside here, and that one goes to Tom Pearson's. Tom Pearson's now for Encounter Bay. Bit stagnant now, looking over, goes out. He goes still in the clubroom side. Up they over, and Tony Shepherd comes out onto there, and McLaren's take the mark. Turn around and goes on. He disputed that he was shepherded out to it. Goes off, and that was Nick Marshall. Couldn't get away with it. Goes right out there now. Turns around, picked up quickly here by the bays in Lachlan Williams. He turns around, made a mess of that. Allen gets it. He drives up forward and straight to McLaren, set up on the back flank. He goes backwards now, right back into the pocket. turns round. He goes back further, and they're almost back to full back now from being on the wing.
They'll come down
Slipped
this
out the
side
other
now.
side. Comes out now to Zohar Kiefer. Goes over. He finds Ellis. He comes out. He goes up, and he finds his player quickly there in Cody Ellison. They've gone completely around half of the oval here, hugging the boundary lines that went. He comes over, goes inside, puts it down low. Big stretch comes out through there, and they get one out there and goes on. Now he drives over, goes up there, and that one there was Shane Laurie. He goes off, finds his full forward out through here and rolls in. I reckon that is Mutton, isn't it?
Number
Wait for the
16,
big boy
Mutton,
coming
I would
down.
think.
Yep,
Yes.
thought it was. So Jordan Mutton with the ball. He's going to kick, he'll probably kick from 43, 45 metres. Directly in front though. Has been a goal kicker for them, so we'll see how it goes. Up he rolls, comes in, drives it off. He's way offline there, swings it through for another minor score. They go to 1-3 on the FPAG scoreboard to 0 for Encounter Bay.
And we're in Encounter Bay going with it. They're going over the club room side with it. Kick it over there. They fly high for it. Crispin's in there with a chance.
Whistle got on for hanging on,
I think
and
he was
McLaren's.
hanging on, and the free kick went to McLaren's. But they kick back in again. Ellis couldn't get it on the second bite though. It's on the ground, and the umpire will probably come in here and throw it up. So it's inside their 50-metre arc at the moment. Up goes the ball, down it goes. It's on the ground, coming out here, taken out there by
Fraser
Encounter
Tonkin.
Bay. Encounter Bay gets it quickly across there to Tom Pearson's, and Pearson's kick is
Zohar.
and marked by Kiefer Zohar. So tell him he always plays with a long sleeve jumper all the time, and his mark has been taken out there by McLaren.
Matthew Merritt.
He plays on quickly with it, and it's right now down to the. Oh, there was a good
Judged
mark.
it perfect, didn't he?
He judged
Grimley
it very
again.
perfect, and that was Grimley. And Grimley had a shot earlier in the match, and he will come in now from about 35 metres out or even closer. Shot for goal. With the sun in his eyes, he goes to kick it out there. Quite a nice day here at the moment, and in he comes now.
Yeah, then you can find it.
Yeah.
And the ball comes down there. He missed
He's
the
had a
last
good
one,
look, so
but he's got this one, and that was
signals there.
James Grimley, was it?
Yes, 21, James Gringley.
Grimley, and that is their second goal now to McLaren. McLaren go to 2-3.
It's the same location with Mary and her Victor Harbour team, but the name has changed. Beachside Bedding, next to Hebra Pharmacy, is your local sleep specialist, featuring SA-made bedding from Sealy, Sleep Haven and Adriatic Slumber. Beachside Bedding also features a beautiful range of locally made Florio furniture. Same location, new name, now even more competitive than ever on price. Beachside Bedding with free delivery and old mattress removal. Open Monday to Saturday at 295 Port Elliot Road, Hebra.
Tonkin goes out, quickly picked up, and breaking out there is Jake Tarker on the ball, goes forward, up they go, Nick Marshall goes over, comes to Tyson Neal, he rips it around, and I reckon it's touched, so just on the line. So Encounter Bay gets themselves now onto 1 point on the FPH scoreboard, turn around and goes onto it, and McLaren still on 2-3.
Ball kicked back in down there. The big fella's marked it for McLaren. Go back and take his kick now.
So if I
There's plenty of big players out there for them, isn't there? At the moment, down they go, and the ball has been kicked in, and I don't reckon
Untouched, so
anyone touched that.
no,
So the free kick will
Lachlan
go here
Williams.
to Encounter Bay. Player with the free kick here is Lachlan Williams. Williams goes
His
to
hands
play
are
on.
gone.
Oh, he makes
Now
a
a Joe
miss.
to the ruckman.
Yeah, what's he done here? That's gone over to Grimley. Grimley's gone down there, and he's had a shot towards the goal. Can't get it though, and the ball will go out here
Gamble.
to Crispin.
In the back.
Crispin will get the free kick for being pushed in the back, and he will play on quickly with it over there, and they come out.
Tarka.
Tarka's a mile away from where he's supposed to be.
No, he's on the ball.
Is he? Well, they've changed it around a bit, have they, today?
Have to.
They kick it in, and that one's been marked in the centre there.
Pettit, I reckon it was.
By who?
Pettit.
Pettit, it could be Pettit. Yeah, he missed last week, and picked up over there by McLaren, by Gill, and he's kicked it across, and he's got a player out here by himself. Gets a hand pass over the top, and it goes down there. And can they get there before this goes out? So they don't want it.
So it'll be a free kick.
It's a free kick out there to the Bows.
Fraser Tonkin.
Fraser Tonkin's got it. They're going to kick it backwards again.
Have to.
Yeah.
Oh, yep.
Yeah, luckily then
Tarka.
it's gone to Tarka, and Tarka kicks it back. He's got a player out there, and that one is probably
Gamble.
and
Crispin.
Crispin's got it now. So Crispin, they've gone across the ground. They've kept it.
Oh, nice shove out there.
They've
He's
kept
got
their
away with
possession
it.
of the ball. That's probably they have to look at doing things like that themselves. Otherwise, they're going to be a long way behind. And the ball goes down out there now, and it's been marked by McLaren and the player there with the ball. This time,
Mutton.
Mutton.
He'll look for a lead.
And over the top it goes out here, and they were lucky then the ball didn't stay in because the player was by himself. And it's a free kick out there now to 5.
He can bring it out this side if he wants. Got it short, and Fraser gets out and he's got him.
So it's gone out here to Fraser Tonkin. Takes a mark in the back pocket. He just puts it up high, and is this going to be any good? Yes,
Good
it
one
is.
by
Well
Williams.
done out there by Williams. So Williams stops, and he's kicked over there to
McInerney, isn't it?
Player is there as McInerney. McInerney comes in and he kicks it, and that one is Marrett out there to
Bailey.
Bailey, and Bailey goes further down with it
And misses the
and
target.
there's plenty of players down there out by themselves, and it goes over the top. And McLaren still, that was well taken then, blocked off the boot.
Brown.
And
Oh, they spied him up.
It's gone over there. They made a mess of this in Counter Bay, and they've kicked it out, and they made a mess of it too from
That's out in the full.
And
He's kicked it out in the full, and McLaren's got the recipient of the free kick. So they're right out here on the wing on the scoreboard side. Tucked away in there. He drives it back now up the true wing. Up they go. Turns around. Comes off hands there. Corey Gamble couldn't control it, and it goes over the line for a boundary throw in. True wing right by the scoreboard. Sets themselves up now. Yeah, the Bays are just messing around with it too much. Not getting onto it. Up they go. Pushed out the back. Tonkin couldn't get away with it, but a good smother. Comes back out. Lippett gets it. Goes back in. Fraser Tonkin's in onto there. Lippett's in underneath. He tries to get up, bulldozing his way around, and he has to give it back to the umpire. So, true wing position over the scoreboard side though, away from the club rooms. Up she goes. Tonkin goes up. Can't quite get to it. Comes back down. Socket off the ground. Comes out here. Fraser Tonkin gets it. He pushes it back out. Turns around, goes under. Lippett pushes it back out. McLaren's get it up. They get a kick out here. Goes around there. Williams gets it, and for the Bays he goes out, and he goes out wide. Waited for it instead of attacking. Big Grimley comes out and takes it one-handed. So
that's Mutton, isn't it? Got it, isn't it?
no, I reckon it's... Oh, it would be Mutton,
Yeah.
yeah, sorry, 16, yeah. Yeah, just too much height then. If you're going to kick him out quick, you've got to be hard and fast. Big tall bloke like that comes through with a stretch. And
He just put one
that
hand
was-
out,
that's
caught it
what
like
he
a
did.
cricket ball.
Yeah, he just tapped it down and goes. So there he goes, right in front. Umpire hasn't hardly moved, comes back in, looks at it and says, goal. So he goes around, so Mutton gets his first. McLaren get their third. 3 goals, 3 on the FPAG scoreboard, and Counter Bay 1.
The Royal Family Hotel in the main street of Port Elliot prides itself on having a family atmosphere. The dining room is open for lunch and dinner 7 days a week, offering great food specials and friendly service.
Enjoy.
Why not wind down with friends and enjoy a drink in our superb beer garden, one of the best beer gardens on the south coast. There's traditional pub-style accommodation available and a drive-through sip and save outlet. The Royal Family Hotel, 32 North Terrace, Port Elliot.
Coming through then, it was Encounter Bay that...
Oh, got him for holding the ball.
Geez, that was a bit quick, wasn't it?
So far.
Yeah.
Appeared to
Anyway,
be.
he goes across now, and they've got to get in front, otherwise they're going to get absolutely killed today. And the mark has been taken there by McLaren on the wing, on the far side of the ground. Well, he's got the big tall player out there. I think he's probably given a free kick away then.
Yeah.
Oh, he should have given a free kick away there. And across it goes then, and the ball now is on the ground. It's taken all the player there. They're just letting everything go here at the moment, and I think Popperwell will have paid a free kick here, and McLaren will get the free kick, and that has gone out there.
Could be Lachlan Matthews, I reckon.
To
Yeah.
Lachlan Matthews, yeah, number 2. And he should be able to score from there. He'll be inside 50. He's just crossed the line now, the 50-metre line. He's having a shot, and the ball probably will go through for a minor score. So that's another point. And McLaren now go on to 3 goals 4, and Encounter Bay stay on nothing.
So the Bays quickly brought it back in, goes out onto there. That should be 25. McLaren's touched the ball, haven't got it and gone back, and should have been given the free advantage there. So comes to Encounter Bay, and Aaron Gould, he comes back. Comes round, finds his player quickly in Tom Pearson's. Pearson's comes back. He comes out and finds his player out wide, and Lachlan Williams. Lachlan Williams comes in, and that is miles too short. He is under the pressure here. Goes all up. He'll go for holding the ball.
Yep.
No worries. You cannot break players like that, and the kick was disgusting. So Grimley for McLaren's with the ball. Comes around now. Gets it all up. Drives this one right up to full forward. On target is McLaren at the back, can't get to it, turns around, goes out there, Williams gets the ball, he gets tackled and goes over the boundary line in the full forward pocket for a ball in.
These kicking to players for Encounter Bay is not good.
If you're going to make it 10 yards short of them, don't kick it to it.
Yeah.
Goes up they go, can't get it, comes out, Lippert can't get it, Fraser Tonkin gets it, goes to his brother Callum, goes over too far, the whistle's gone though I think, and it'll come back to Fraser Tonkin I reckon, probably high. So Fraser Tonkin with the ball, back pocket, up here on this side though, so he goes round. Bit stagnant now, doesn't know where to go. Now he turns off, goes up the clubroom side, drives the ball out wide, goes out there, turns around, waiting for it is the Bay player, can't get to it. McLaren's attack him, handballs in, comes over again, that goes sockers over. McLaren's are working better as a team, swings it all over, up they go, one-hander goes up again, goes over there, boundary umpire onto it, he turns around, goes up, now it is over. And it's a deputy boundary umpire there in a white shirt, so it's obviously a local one, and she's out of bounds in the forward pocket for McLaren's. Kicking to the right of screen or the netball courts, up they goes, over the back, comes out, Allen gets it, handballs it out to Tyson Neal. He goes out, finds his player quickly out there in McInerney. Siren goes here at a quarter time for the Encounter Bay Oval, and we have the visitors McLaren on 3 goals 4 to Encounter Bay, 1 point on the FBAG scoreboard. So this is 90.
The goal, we'll give the goal kickers 1 each to Lachlan Matthews, Jordan Mutton and James Grimley for McLaren. The only
That's
goal
it.
scorers, and
Yep.
Encounter Bay go in scoreless.
Yeah,
at
they got
quarter
1
time.
point, so yeah. So we'll finish up there.
It's
We'll
not
try
up
to
on the
get
scoreboard.
grounds around the grounds here, and it goes on to, this is 90.1 Happy FM, is Great Southern Footy on air and YouTube.
Victor Tyre Power are your local one-stop shop for all tyres, wheels and batteries. Tyre Power are Australia's biggest independent tyre retailer, which means you get the power of a big range of the big brands, expert advice and lower prices.
Get the power of a local owner and operator.
Get the power of great service that keeps you coming back.
Get the power. Victor Tyre Power, 170A Hindmarsh Road, Victor Harbour. Mount Compass Quarry and Landscape Supplies have over 40 years experience in mining and blending soils and organics. We're specialists in turf soils, landscaping and organic blends. Customised washed sands for horse arenas, sports grounds and building sands. We also have a large range of decorative stones, gravels, mulches and pine barks. From car trailers to all truckloads. Wholesale quarry direct. Mount Compass Quarry and Landscape Supplies, 86 Sandmine Road, Mount Compass. Open Monday to Friday, 7am to 4pm and Saturday 7am to 11am. Phone 8556 8421.
It's the same location with Mary and her Victor Harbour team, but the name has changed. Beachside Bedding, next to Hebra Pharmacy, is your local sleep specialist, featuring SA-made bedding from Sealy, Sleep Haven and Adriatic Slumber. Beachside Bedding also features a beautiful range of locally made Florio furniture. Same location, new name, now even more competitive than ever on price. Beachside Bedding with free delivery and old mattress removal. Open Monday to Saturday at 295 Port Elliot Road, Hebra.
Victor Tyre Power are your local one-stop shop for all tyres, wheels and batteries. Tyre Power are Australia's biggest independent tyre retailer, which means you get the power of a big range of the big brands, expert advice and lower prices.
Get the power of a local owner and operator.
Get the power of great service that keeps you coming back.
Get the power. Victor Tyre Power, 170A Hindmarsh Road, Victor Harbour.
Get the power.
The Royal Family Hotel in the main street of Port Elliot prides itself on having a family atmosphere. The dining room is open for lunch and dinner 7 days a week, offering great food specials and friendly service.
Enjoy.
Why not wind down with friends and enjoy a drink in our superb beer garden, one of the best beer gardens on the south coast. There's traditional pub-style accommodation available and a drive-through sip and save outlet. The Royal Family Hotel, 32 North Terrace, Port Elliot. Victor Tyre Power are your local one-stop shop for all tyres, wheels and batteries. Tyre Power are Australia's biggest independent tyre retailer, which means you get the power of a big range of the big brands, expert advice and lower prices.
Get the power of a local owner and operator.
Get the power of great service that keeps you coming back.
Get the power. Victor Tyre Power, 170A Hindmarsh Road, Victor Harbour.
Get the power.
Very interesting one. Victor Harbour 3-2, and we got Wollonga at 3-1, but I thought the correction was 3-2 apiece. And here McLaren 3-4, McLaren Encounter Bay 1 point, and like I said, the injury to Hamish Tonkin from the full-back position is going to be hurtful for him. Umpires here, raises the ball aloft, and we got to get underway here, and off we go here for the second quarter. Up in the air it goes. Callum Tonkin gets it through. Comes out to Crispin. Crispin tries to get it. Comes around. Handball comes out by Callum Tonkin. Comes out quickly, goes around there to Tyson Neal. Tyson Neal for the Bays. Goes off, finds his partner in crime out there in Tom Pearsons. Pearsons now drives out wide toward the club rooms. Finds himself Fraser Tonkin. Fraser Tonkin runs around now. He drives off. Kicks up forward. Goes over the top. Goes off from there. McLaren's got the best run on it here. Handball goes through. Ellis goes. He'll go for holding the ball. Turn around, goes up. The male medalist got caught onto that one. Double whammy, and the ball goes back to Encounter Bay. True wing position out up here on the scoreboard side. Gets told play on. Gets close to the man on the mark. Puts it all up. Oh, miles too early. Encounter Bay went up then. And that one there was 16, I reckon, which is Bradley Kruger. and gave away the free kick. So out it goes there to Moyle for the McLarens. McLaren goes over deeper into the pocket. Now he comes out, finds his player out quickly out there, and that one goes around. Could be Ashley Goodison. Goes off there, comes, of a free kick to the Bays over there. Didn't have it. Should have been. It turns around, he does, and he goes back over here to Crispin. So Crispin on that forward flank. Stagnant though. There's no real movement. Now the umpire calls on. That shows how long you take with nothing going. Goes up there, kicks over, easily intercepted by McLaren there. And that one's there's Kane Hopkins. Hopkins now goes around the wing side, goes up. Crispin tries to come late and too late, and he turns around and the mark is paid to McLaren. It could be Daniel Marr, I reckon. So Daniel Marr for McLaren. Out in that back flank, clubroom side.
You're right.
Goes out, goes up onto it. Over the back it comes. Turns around. McLaren's quick onto it there. Gets away from Andrew Fife. Goes on. Pushes the ball onto it. Now he goes. Bounce. One bounce. Two bounce. Running into an open goals. Kicks around there. No problems at all. Straight through there. And that's number 30, Max Gill. He gets the first score of the second quarter. Umpire waves them. So the McLaren side now go to 4 goals, 3 to turn around and Counter Bay a 1 point. So he certainly ripped them open then, didn't he, Kev?
Oh, it was open forward line like that. I mean, how'd you like to run into that? There was no one within 10 metres.
FP Ag, the name you can trust for all your farm needs. FP Ag Rural Supplies has the knowledge and know-how to help you improve your production with expert agronomy advice for your pastures, hay production and broadacre cropping, fertiliser advice and spreading, animal health strategies, fencing needs, expert viticultural advice, livestock sales options, and we also offer an on-farm delivery service. FP Ag, with 5 fully stocked branches across the Flurio, we're in your field.
They were rippers, weren't they?
They were, yeah, they were good.
They handled the ball well.
Umpire now comes in, throws the ball up in the centre, up it goes. McLaren gets the knock.
Looked high, didn't it?
Through there, looked a bit high. Could have got him in the. I think he might have got him high. Well,
still down.
Perhaps if he's still down, he might have.
That's McLaren's player there.
Yeah, McLaren player there. He's the one that did the damage, though. And the ball now further down the ground, and it has gone
over the boundary line.
Over the boundary line, and we'll be
waiting for the little chap to catch up.
Thrown in. Looks like the lad with the white shirt. No, he's over the other side.
No, he's
now.
the other side now.
And the boundary umpire will come in here. And in he goes. That might be.
That's a good throw up.
It's not a little rice, is it? Anyway,
he might be too. Yeah.
A knockout down there by Ellis.
That's over the boundary line. You can see the line there. Oh, they got away with murder. Even on the line and the TV, you could see the line. We'll have to get Steve to give us a copy of that one. That looked, even when he took it, was over it. So real good going. So, and I think the goal umpire's picked it, hasn't he?
Yep.
Yep. That is good umpiring. That. Yeah, it looks so distinct from us here on the screen that McLaren, he was going to take it. Anyhow,
the other way with the kick it in it goes now. Up high go the players go. Here's a chance to kick it off the ground. They've done that. And coming out there at the moment, they're mishandling the ball a lot at the moment in Counter Bay, and the umpire will throw it up. Still in the left forward pocket, down in Counter Bay's end, and up it goes. In go the ruckman, push down, ball's on the ground. It's tried to be pick up out here by McLaren. In fact, they do it in the end. That was Marr that got hold of it and gives it over to Ellis. And Ellis just walks over and puts the ball through the goal, and that is Brett Ellis's first goal. And
it's the same location with Mary and her Victor Harbour team, but the name has changed. Beachside Bedding, next to Hebra Pharmacy, is your local sleep specialist, featuring SA-made bedding from Sealy, Sleep Haven and Adriatic Slumber. Beachside Bedding also features a beautiful range of locally made Fleurieu furniture. Same location, new name, now even more competitive than ever on price. Beachside Bedding with free delivery and old mattress removal. Open Monday to Saturday at 295 Port Elliot Road, Hebra.
Waits for it to go up. Up she goes up onto there. Tonkin gets it, can't get out through it there, and Tyson Neal picks it all up. Handball went around to Tonkin, comes back out over. Ellis smashes away. Pearson gets it for the Bays, comes up in the forward flank. That's a great defensive mark in here, and that one to Ashley Goodison for McLaren's on the back flank. Out here on the scoreboard side though, he goes up now, goes back in there. Laurie tries to get back, he stumps it down, goes off. McLaren are reading it better. They go into attack now through there to Joel Vanderloo.
Here's another
goes
goal.
off over there to 47. He goes up, he lines up, runs in. Umpire looks at it, he signals it, and that was 47, Billy Charla. So he...
The Royal Family Hotel in the main street of Port Elliot prides itself on having a family atmosphere. The dining room is open for lunch and dinner 7 days a week, offering great food specials and friendly service.
Enjoy.
Why not wind down with friends and enjoy a drink in our superb beer garden, one of the best beer gardens on the south coast. There's traditional pub-style accommodation available and a drive-through sip and save outlet. The Royal Family Hotel, 32 North Terrace, Port Elliot.
Oval, so at least it's a neutral ground oval, but if the Creeks get through, they'll get a home one the following week. So
Popperwell comes in and throws the ball up high, knocked down by Encounter Bay. Ellis couldn't grab hold of it this time, and I think that might have been Pearson's that give it over there to player running through. They grabbed the whole
hanging
thing.
on, yeah, base free
And there'll
kick.
be a free kick out here, goes to Encounter Bay.
That's
And
Andrew Fife, isn't it? Oh no, Lebanese. That's the
McInerney, yeah.
I saw the one, but there was two of them.
Yeah, there's two of them, isn't there? It's either 2 or 11, isn't it?
Yeah, blurred vision, Kevin.
Anyway, McInerney's, he kicked the first 2 goals in the game out here the other week. Runs in fast to the mark, and this one's going to be...
Oh, we got that second grab. It looks like he's got it.
I reckon he might have it. And so Encounter Bay have marked it. It's right on the
That's that
on the
Kruger,
goal
isn't it? Yep.
line. 16.
Bradley Kruger.
Bradley Kruger, and his brother was playing for Collingwood until he got injured. Comes in now to put the ball on the boot, and that is a minor score only. They doubled their score.
Doubled their score, Kevy.
They go from 1 point to 2, and our FB Ag scoreboard. Encounter Bay 2 points to McLaren 5 goal 4.
So Moyle with the ball for McLaren goes off, comes back in, then he runs off as he always does, and no team picks up on that. Turns around, goes off, goes up the centre, goes up round, he gets held onto, makes no attempt. Oh, a little pet hate comes out on us.
Yeah, he just grabbed it and held it.
Grabs it, and then he had the second tackle come and he just hugged it.
Yeah.
So anyway, umpire throws it up, Tonkin gets it out, handball goes back, comes back in, Pearson gets it over, Ellis gets it, he goes over, comes over there, tackled, comes out by Encounter Bay, puts him on down there in Jake Tarker, and it'll be a ball up by the umpire Popperwell in the centre still. Up she goes, Tonkin goes up, Callum puts it all down, comes out though, handball by McLaren's. They recover quickly again in Todd McKay. McKay goes forward and he finds his player right out in front. He's on the 50-metre arc, so he turns around, goes over as Matthew Merritt. Merritt doesn't know what to want to do, so he's going to put it up. He's going to get caught here, turn around, just got a kick, and he got away with it perfectly and finds his player in Daniel Marr. He goes short and he goes out and finds his big player out there.
Well, the player
that would be Jordan Mutton.
Player that Merritt standard.
Look at this.
He was a foot taller than him.
Yeah, but look at this. They just kicked around. They've had 4 kicks waiting to go over, and they've spotted everybody else because Encounter Bay can't man up. So he goes over now. So number 24, Matthew Merritt, lines up in front, and he's going for the 6th goal for McLaren.
Yeah, but his opponent now is about a foot shorter than him.
Sorry, he's going for a 7th goal. Scoreboard's wrong, they can't keep up, so we won't take any notice of them anymore, Kev. So anyway, Matthew Merritt now goes around, he's hugging that one pretty close. The umpire goes, goal. So there she goes.
The Royal Family Hotel in the main street of Port Elliot prides itself on having a family atmosphere. The dining room is open for lunch and dinner 7 days a week, offering great food specials and friendly service.
Enjoy.
Why not wind down with friends and enjoy a drink in our superb beer garden, one of the best beer gardens on the south coast. There's traditional pub-style accommodation available and a drive-through sip and save outlet. The Royal Family Hotel, 32 North Terrace, Port Elliot.
Going the way we thought, so we'll give them out. We'll give her around the grounds pretty soon, as soon as we get a bit of a break here. YouTube will come back so we can give out to them. The radio stations hear it, so up in the centre she goes. Can't get up to it. Goes out there. McLaren with the run of it once again through Luke Mitten. He goes forward, finds his player once again in Jordan Mutton, and this is just too easy. And he's going to line up here from that's the 24 metre mark, isn't it? 25 when he's got out there.
Well, Mutton's only got one so far, and I won't think it's long before he's got a few more.
Oh, it certainly will be. So goes on to there. He comes in, steadily goes on, comes in. There's the inner circle there, goes out, kicks from about 30, goes out. Looks like he's dragged that one across, and indication goes the same. Minor score only. So McLaren go to 7 goals, 5 on the FPH scoreboard. Counter Bay, 2 points.
Oh, bring the ball back in. Where will they go with it? Put it up high, down to all the back, and the players there are just miles too tall. Goodison takes the mark, kicks it in, and there's a couple of them there for McLaren just standing around, and
Luke Mitten
will have a shot. What's happened there?
Player from behind, don't know how to get that one out.
Yeah, he got
I'll take
anyway,
it.
Gamble's got the free kick.
Took the gamble and got away with it.
Yeah, he did. And the ball's kicked back in. And back it goes again, and McLaren, they're in front. They actually picked the ball up then and they got it out.
Missed him by a mile.
But the
Bay's recover.
Here's a chance now for Encounter Bay to get it further down the ground, but off hands it will come. It's picked up out there by Encounter Bay. The player's thrown on the ground. And play on calls the umpire out there, and the player that's on the ground maybe got a bit of an unnecessarily whacking in then. Anyway, the Lippert picked up the ball, got it across, and that's gone off the side of the boot of the player coming in, and the free kick will go to McLaren. So McLaren player there waiting for the ball to come back, and the player there is Leon Groves. And Groves now will put him on the mark. And we'll just kick it down a little bit, and Encounter Bay out in front. And that might have been
could have been no, I thought it was 15.
Pearson's, I reckon.
Pearson's, yeah.
Pearson's got it, and Pearson's now kicks it into the centre. Here's a chance now for Encounter Bay. They've got to do something with it here, which is what they do. They kick it further down the ground, but the tall players get in the way over there for McLaren, and away it'll go, and the player throwing
FAD.
rid of it. Why would you do that? You're going bad enough now without doing silly things like that. And that's a free kick out there to McLaren.
Jackson Daniels.
And I mean, if you're going to do that, you might as well just stand there and give them the ball all day.
Yeah, just when you get the ball, kick it out in the full and let them have their kicks.
Yeah, tell them to go and get it. Anyway, the ball now is right in front of the club rooms. In it goes, off hands it goes. Picked up out here by Ellis. Ellis gets it over to his teammate, and away they go down the
nobody there.
And there's 1 or 2 players there at the moment. They're coming through the play that's picked up. And
running into an open goal.
The only thing they could have done then was pinch it for running too far, but there's another goal to McLaren. And who was that one?
20. I can't pick him up there, Kevy. Too late now, 20-something. Couldn't get him, Kevy. Too far around. He wouldn't turn.
Victor Tyre Power are your local one-stop shop for all tyres, wheels and batteries. Tyre Power are Australia's biggest independent tyre retailer, which means you get the power of a big range of the big brands, expert advice and lower prices.
Get the power of a local owner and operator.
Get the power of great service that keeps you coming back.
Get the power. Victor Tyre Power, 170A Hindmarsh Road, Victor Harbour.
Get the power.
Flurio, Goolwa Port Elliot 1 goal, Langhorne Creek 6-3, Yankalilla 5-1, Mount Compass 4-2, Maiponga Selix 5-3, Strath 5-1, Victor Harbour 3-2, Wollonga 3-1.
And Tarka grabs hold of the ball out of the centre.
Oh,
The all gone down
by
there, and there's a chance there, drop by Encounter Bay.
Kruger.
And the ball now is on the ground, and it's right by the boundary line. And the umpire signals out of bounds, or does he signal he's going to have a throw up out here? No, it's out of bounds. So Encounter Bay got the ball, it's out of bounds, or the umpire's got it, throws it in, knocked down by the big fella there from McLaren, and the umpire says free kick to McLaren. And
That's
coming
well.
on now, and they've got another one out here. The big fella just runs straight through. That is good as Cole Ellison, and he gets a head pass over to Moyle, the vice captain, and down the ground it goes.
That's
Yeah, and
oh,
I think that was a throw. He never had it. He just threw it straight.
2 hands on it and just a little tunnel ball.
Yeah,
Rugby, NRL would love that
They
one.
would, wouldn't they? Anyway,
That's an unrealistic free kick in the back. Miles too early. Yep, he picked it up.
and Encounter Bay now got a free kick on that far side. Comes out here, in it goes, and nearly a mark taken down there by Nick Marshall for Encounter Bay. They're going to give him a kick for that? No.
Ball up, centre half forward.
Gonna
Whoop,
throw the
he's
ball
picked
up.
a key, and guess what? It's going to go to McLaren's. Bays are getting sucked into here. They come out quick, finds his player out here on the back
Jamie
flank.
Smith.
He goes back, trying to find it up. Umpire says play on, and the player stands there. Turns around, it comes up to the wing here, goes out. Dave Allen was pushed out of that with the body work, goes round, comes out quickly out there, and they go into Mutton. Mutton goes off, finds his player quickly off there, and Ellison. Ellison goes away and finds Moyle. Moyle goes off, turns around, comes in, bounces off the chest of the McLaren player. He hasn't paid that one, has he? He has.
I think he might have caught it on the way down, True.
Ooh.
It's hard to see.
Very hard to see, but I reckon the ball was probably on the ground when he went to, but it goes over to
Lachlan
Matthews. So Matthews with the ball, lines himself up. He's kicked one in the first quarter, kicked 1-2, comes in, drives in, slide angle, puts it all up, looks like it's hanging over close, goes over, it's in, the goal umpire indicates a goal.
Victor Tyre Power are your local one-stop shop for all tyres, wheels and batteries. Tyre Power are Australia's biggest independent tyre retailer, which means you get the power of a big range of the big brands, expert advice and lower prices.
Get the power of a local owner and operator.
Get the power of great service that keeps you coming back.
Get the power. Victor Tyre Power, 170A Hindmarsh Road, Victor Harbour.
It too though. But you know, I don't know what teamwork they do. We've seen McLaren a couple of times, but back in the centre it goes. Up they go. Tonkin gets it, comes out, quickly picked up there by Tyson Neal. He drives it out into full forward for the Bays, goes up too close to the player was, picked up beautifully there in number 19 there in James Brown, kicks over, but McLaren die hard into there, goes off there and it goes over the boundary line, and that's a free
No
kick.
one's touched it.
No boundary umpire there, and guess what? They'll confer, he can't tell, and this will be a throw-in. Too far out for the goal umpire, too far away as the boundary umpire, so they'll take the negative approach here and it will be a ball in. Kick in the teeth to Encounter Bay.
Yeah.
Oh no, I apologise to them, they've got it and the Bays have got it. You'd think McLaren would have just stood up there and admitted that, wouldn't you?
He would have.
So anyway, they finish up out with the ball, comes out quickly there, comes around into there, going onto it, and it goes up, back into forward lines, comes around quickly to Encounter Bay there, McInerney, he goes and kicks it out on the full. That's two he's kicked out in the full, Kevy. It's supposed to be a big kicker, so the Bays still don't get it, and then McLaren's relief back kick in the back pocket, Kev.
McLaren's will bring the ball back in. It's in the left forward pocket down there, and in it goes. Off hands, it's gone out there now, and I think Encounter Bay might have this one.
Nah, come off the ruck, come off the pack, so 20 minutes gone, Kev.
The boundary umpire throws it in again. That's not a bad throw in from there either, but and it's taken now by
Luke Mitten.
Mitten's got hold of it. He just saunters down the ground a little bit,
Straight off
waiting
the
at the
hands.
back of the pack there, and then went through about 3 players' hands before it ended up with
Here it goes,
McLaren.
look at this. Ball's in. Bye-bye, Nurse. He
No, he's-
stumbles and
I
goes.
think
He'll
he's
get
gonna
away with it
fall
still.
over.
No, should go for holding the ball now. He's made no... There it is again. Tackle, no attempt to even try to get rid of the football, and it results in a ball up when it should have been a free kick.
Umpire tosses it up down there, over the top it goes, and Encounter Bay player there.
And then he goes
He's
for
got to hold
the
the ball.
Knocked out in the tackle. Like that hurts. That hurts, club. Not going to make any difference to a team, the score, but
I mean, that was probably a ridiculous holding the ball, that one.
yeah. And it actually looked like the tackle knocked the ball out, and then the tackle come, but he said, "No, holding the ball."
Todd
Like I said,
McKay has got the ball anyway, and he's going to kick a goal from there because he's not very far out at all, probably about 10 metres.
he's only got to lift it up over the
Comes
man on the mark,
now
doesn't
yeah, that's all he's got to do. And it's exactly what's happened. Has gone straight through the goals, and that is Todd McKay's first goal.
Victor Tyre Power are your local one-stop shop for all tyres, wheels and batteries. Tyre Power are Australia's biggest independent tyre retailer, which means you get the power of a big range of the big brands, expert advice and lower prices.
Get the power of a local owner and operator.
Get the power of great service that keeps you coming back.
Get the power. Victor Tyre Power, 170A Hindmarsh Road, Victor Harbour.
There's, yeah, I've seen the board there, and you can do it. You push it again, even if you put another goal, you put a negative and hit it twice, and you take 2 off.
Yeah.
Anyhow, back in the centre here, Popplewell leather. Up they go. Tonkin gets out, comes back down. Handball comes out. Tyson Hill gets it. He swings out straight to the McLaren player. Turns round. Now he gets up again. Pushes the ball back in the ground again. Comes out through Lippert. Lippert goes. There he goes. Holding the ball. Too slow, and they are just not running with confidence in Counter Bay, and up they get, and the last goal kicker, Todd McKay, gets the ball from McLaren's. Short kicks, goes over quickly here to Bentley. Samuel Bentley, he'll short kick again. He's got him then, it's out the boundary line, so if he kicks to him now, it'll be out in the full. But he kicks up, drives it out in the full forward position. Up they go, over the back it goes. Williams gets it, he gets wrapped up and goes to ground, and the umpire will come in for a ball up. So, umpire sets himself up. Up they go. Tonkin goes up, pushes it all down, comes to Lippert. Lippert swings around on the left foot, comes out forward. Bentley gets the ball out onto it, comes out there. He tries to get into it, comes up in Counter Bay. Handball goes out wide, turns around, picks all up. Pearson gets it, gets out to Lippert. Lippert comes over, comes out the back flank. Up they go. McLaren's got too much height here. Comes back down, goes around quickly here to the bays in... We got the whistle on?
Yeah, no, he was determined to get him down, and he did that after he
play
kicked
on
the
there,
ball.
Tarka. He's got nobody on the mark, so you can't wait for players to come. If he took off, he could umpire just call play on. Anyhow, Tarka now lines up for Encounter Bay. He's going to probably kick from 50, Kev. And he's just going to be inside when he kicks
Yeah,
from
it'll
it.
be about a metre inside, I think, maybe a little bit too far.
It's a strong kick, so chance if he can get onto it be accurate though. Drives around, look at that. That one there would have turned around, and he's missed by a mile. He turned around, it was a netball courts, he's gone across 3 courts, and he might have got a goal that way.
It's clean and missed it.
Yeah, that was terrible. That was off the outside the boot.
There was 3 sets of goalposts that were not going to go.
Yeah. If it was any wider, I reckon it'd be on the bowling green here in Counter Bay. So
McLaren's got hold of it this time from McLaren. Bring the ball back in again. He does, and he kicks it down the wing, and there goes the big fella through it out there, and well done down there by Encounter Bay player and Cohen Pettit, and he's kicked it down there, and here's a chance for Encounter Bay to put on a goal. And this is Nick Marshall that's got hold of the ball.
Well, you'll back him, won't you, Kevin?
Yeah. Thought he more
Score of kicking. Yeah, well, I'm just looking to see now, is it an egg and bacon sandwich, egg on your face, or is he going to be real for you?
Oh, I reckon he's got it. No,
Kevin! That's it, take the bacon away from you.
What's that now, about 1 goal 5, is it? They got a goal?
No, 3 points for Encounter Bay.
They haven't got its goal yet.
Yeah, they got 3 points, and guess what? They've put them up for 4. They got no idea what they're doing. These lads comes back in, and the Bays get it quickly out there. And a mark out here going to Bradley Kruger. Kruger goes off inside. Spoil comes up. Counter Bay gets it. Handball goes off. He kicks it, and that's going to go over the boundary line, untouched. So it'll be a free kick to Zohar. Zohar comes in, finds his player quickly there in Bentley. Still in the back pocket though, on this scoreboard side. Goes off, he drives it out now, comes out the back flank, up they go. Tonkin can't get it, comes in quickly, picked up there by the Bays. Goes over, one hand up, goes around. Bentley comes out, races around, goes off, drives out wide, finds Merle. Merle now, he goes forward, drives up, finds his player on the back flank, and he'll steady things down for his players to come through. He drives up, intercepted there by Tyson Neal for Encounter Bay. On their forward flank for the Bays, goes up, comes out wide, up they go, up and down goes the Bays, can't get to it, off hands he goes, gets wrapped up, turns around, goes spun around, and Lippert can't get rewarded here, and it'll be a ball up. Centre half forward though for the Bays. Ball goes up, Tonkin comes in, goes over, smashes it out, the McLaren gets up, there he goes, just wraps up again, make no attempt. I don't know, I think these umpires, coach, need to look at this. We've seen an umpire pay it and it's changed the games around. Up they go down. Lippert now swings around. Was going to get the smother. He gets caught high. Then he falls into the back. Can't get rewarded. Comes out there. Bentley gets it for McLaren's. Drives it out the wing. Goes out there. Finds his player quickly there, and Billy Charler. He goes off. He finds his player again there, and that's Daniel Marr. Daniel Marr again, now waits for his players, drives it up in the forward line, goes over there, on the chest it takes there, too much body going on in Jordan Mutton. As I said, the Bays are getting cut up all over the ground.
Everywhere, I don't think they've won a position.
No, they're getting cut up everywhere, so turns around, goes onto it here. We've got ourselves, what are we going? We're going almost 30 minutes, Kev, so 28 minutes.
That they've kicked.
Yeah. So I said, Jordan Mutton comes in now. It's going to be on a fairly tight angle. It's almost on the boundary line there, so that's short. Comes off the boot. A bit of a floater. Goes up there. Got touched. Minor score only. So the score now goes to McLaren. Go to 10 goals. 10 goals 6. To Encounter Bay. Still only 3 points. Kick in, comes in, finds his player though for the Bays, quickly moved it. He turns around, gets up. Fraser Tonkin calls but doesn't get it. Goes up further, goes out. Cullen Tonkin can't get to it, and it comes over here and gets to Sam Laurie.
28 minutes.
Sam Laurie goes over, finds his player quickly here, and that's turns around and goes into Luke Mitten. Mitten goes out, finds his player out wider again in Leon Groves. Goes up forward, and he comes out again for another one there, and Mutton will now line up for another shot at goal. Almost identical position.
Well, just as well he hasn't got them all, isn't it?
Yep. So wait for him to line up. He set himself. Must be getting close to the time. In he comes. Sets himself. Comes in for the line. The siren goes off. Kicks after the siren goes up. Umpire stands back, wait for him, signals a goal, so Mutton gets his second.
FP Ag, the name you can trust for all your farm needs. FP Ag Rural Supplies has the knowledge and know-how to help you improve your production with expert agronomy advice for your pastures, hay production and broadacre cropping, fertiliser advice and spreading, animal health strategies, fencing needs, expert viticultural advice, livestock sales options, and we also offer an on-farm delivery service. FP Ag, with 5 fully stocked branches across the Fleurieu, we're in your field.
It's the same location with Mary and her Victor Harbour team, but the name has changed. Beachside Bedding, next to Hebra Pharmacy, is your local sleep specialist, featuring SA-made bedding from Sealy, Sleep Haven and Adriatic Slumber. Beachside Bedding also features a beautiful range of locally made Fleurieu furniture. Same location, new name, now even more competitive than ever on price. Beachside Bedding with free delivery and old mattress removal. Open Monday to Saturday at 295 Port Elliot Road, Hebra.
Victor Tyre Power are your local one-stop shop for all tyres, wheels and batteries. Tyre Power are Australia's biggest independent tyre retailer, which means you get the power of a big range of the big brands, expert advice and lower prices.
Get the power of a local owner and operator.
Get the power of great service that keeps you coming back.
Get the power. Victor Tyre Power, 170A Hindmarsh Road, Victor Harbour.
Get the power.
In for a while, but back in the beginning.
I mean, where did you come from to get to Victor Harbour?
To Victor Harbour, I came from Robe in the southeast and coached down there, and then we shifted up here for the kids to go to high school, and I coached Victor Harbour that year I came up.
Mm. Did you actually be a playing coach as well?
At Victor?
Yeah.
I started playing, and before the season started I said I'd play for half a season and see how I go. And I dropped myself halfway through.
You dropped yourself? So in other words, you decided how well you were going, did you?
I knew how I was going.
But before that, had you played a fair bit of football in another league?
I went through the under-17s, under-19s, reserves at South, and then went to the country after that. I couldn't play for a couple of years in Adelaide, so I went and did it going down to the southeast, where I coached Road.
So playing with the league clubs, was that okay? Or was it,
yes, I played under some pretty good coaches then at the time. Foss Williams was one. I did some training and training under him. And Ron Ryan was another very good coach. I was very young when he was coaching South Adelaide, but for a very little heard of bloke, I reckon he's one of the best coaches I've been under. But,
who's this, Foss Williams?
Foss Williams. No, Foss Williams was. No, it's not Blake Foss.
Ron Ryman, was it?
Ron Ryman, yes.
Yeah. Now, he came from Norwoods. He was full-back for Norwoods, wasn't he?
Yes.
For a long time, and then went to South. And,
yes.
I mean, one stage, whoever played South were guaranteed of a win, weren't they?
Except they beat Port Adelaide in one game.
One game? Were you playing in that game?
No, I wasn't, unfortunately, but I saw it. I was playing under 19s then.
I mean, they won one game for the year, South did, and Port's lost one.
They lost.
I was at Adelaide Oval that day, and I can remember seeing that.
Well, you would have. Well, I was there too.
It was one of those things that seemed to happen every now and then. So it was good. So how many teams have you coached? You were a prolific junior coach, weren't you, really?
Yeah, I've coached the SAPSARS, local SAPSARS kids in primary school. Then in under 14s, I've coached under 14s, and I've coached in the league side in under 14s. And of course, I helped Hully in the under 19s, and I did coach 1 year in under 19 and under 19s too. Yes.
So in Hully, there's a name that's from Langhorne Creek, and
yes.
I mean, poor old Hully, he was one of these people that if you wanted something done in football, you went and got Hully to do it.
Yes.
Because I mean, he was very good with what he did and very perfection, and he expected everyone to do the same thing, I think.
Well, I got on very well with Hully. A lot of people, he upset a few people, but he said what he thought, and he stood by it. And I mean, he was very good to talk to, actually. I got on very well with him.
So
we won 2 in the league years that year.
2 interleague matches?
Yeah, when I helped him in the under 17s.
Well, he was probably a handy bloke to help if he let you help him. But I think that was the thing, wasn't it? Let him help you, because I mean, Hully wanted to take over when he did something. And anyway, he was, as I said, he was a perfectionist with what he did.
Yes, he did.
But I mean, he ended badly. Where he got electrocuted.
That's right. Yes, he did.
He had a pipe that had a mouse in it, and these were these irrigation pipes.
Yes.
And lifted up, and there was one wire went across his property.
Yes.
Lifted it up in the air, and it touched one of those swirl lines.
Yes.
And electrocuted him, and he was dead on the spot.
The remarkable thing is, it was with Etzer, they had an issue with Etzer before that, but the Etzer turned around then and did employ his wife and trained her, and she worked for him until she retired.
Yes, yes. I remember her around the place. She used to come and wash the jumpers for us, Ali's wife, and it was great of her. She was there for a long time. I mean, when the boys got a bit older, played out of the Colts game. I think they played for Langwong Creek and probably in the A grade. Grantley did.
Yes.
I'm not too sure what the other boy did, but
Darren played.
He
played in Sepsars.
So you had a reasonable amount of success then with the juniors.
Yes, I've been pretty fortunate, really. They've all done pretty well. The sides I've coached, I think, and you sort of learn as you go along. Always, I think. And I was fortunate. I always reckon I was fortunate that in the first year as a playing coach, I coached the Premiership. It was the first one they'd won at Robe, and most blokes who like coaching, they want to coach juniors always to a Premiership. That's why they want to win a Premiership, so they can coach another grade higher. And fortunately, I'd coached an A grade side, and I didn't want to do that. I just wanted to teach kids.
And it worked pretty well. So how many did you get junior, senior Colts? You'd have helped John Bailey along the way too, wouldn't you?
John was actually coaching under 17s when I was coaching the under 14s at Victor, and then that side did pretty well. I think it's a league record, isn't it? Under Victor Harbour under 14s, they won 60 odd games straight or something. I can't remember.
Well, I don't know how many they won straight.
But I didn't coach them all.
You didn't coach them all.
I got credited.
I think John Bailey will say he did.
No, John didn't, but Bob Davis did one year, I think. Yes.
Oh, yeah, he could have too. So you had reasonably good success, didn't you, with the coaching of the juniors? And
yes.
You know, it's a pity you didn't stay there a little bit longer. Did they wear you out?
No, we had to go back to South East. We bought a property down there, and we went back down there. And my two sons stayed up here and played football, and for a while. But down there, I didn't want to do much at all in football down there. And someone rolled in the gate one day and wanted me to go down and sit on the bench for them in the 8th grade. And eventually I said, I'll go and see. And in the end, I became a selector, and this is after the season started. But that side got beaten in the grand final.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's probably you feel like it's a failure, not when you get to the grand final, not to win it though, don't you?
Yes.
But anyway, there's not much you can do about that.
It's devastating, but still.
You mentioned your two sons. They played a bit down here. What did they go on to do?
Stephen did. He ended up mutilating himself, really. He played several all through the Sturt grades, and he went to South for 1 year because Davies took him there, and then
he played league with Davies?
He only played one game in South, but still he ended up busting his knee. He had a milk round, and he couldn't get used to getting up in the morning. He used to set the alarm to wake up and have lunch and things like that.
That's the way it goes. But so what's the other one doing?
Kim, well, he did his knee, and he played for Victor for several years, but he came back and played in the Premiership when Beecroft was here for Encounter Bay. And played that year, and then the next year he was playing again down here the next year, and he did in his knee, so they both had weak knees. I have weak-kneed kids, unfortunately.
Weak-kneed kids. No, well, I suppose you're born with what you got, aren't you?
Yes,
you can't do much about that. So what are you doing with yourself now?
Not a great deal. Enjoying a bit of retirement. My wife died a couple of years ago, but I've now become friendly with a little girl who was not a little girl, but her husband was a well-known league footballer, and she's played a lot of sport herself.
She has. I was talking to her the other night, and what she hasn't done is not worth doing, I don't think.
Well, she doesn't like talking about her own accolades, but of course her husband was in the South Australian team of the century.
Ted Whelan. Ted Whelan,
yes. And she was played for Australia. She hates me for saying it, but she played for Australia when she was only 18.
Why does she hate it? I mean, I'd have loved to have done something like that. You want to tell the world, wouldn't you?
Yeah, well, she was first. She was one of the several that started off Contact's netball side in Adelaide, and she met Ted Whelan, of course, and so she was supposed to go to England the next year, but she didn't. She got married, and then she
stayed here for Port Adelaide.
Ted made sure she didn't go.
Yeah, okay, well that's fair enough. I think Ted had more than his share of success too, didn't he?
He did, no, very good, yes. She's,
I think from talking to her, she played a bit of tennis too, didn't she?
Oh, she used to play a bit of tennis, I think, yeah. She came from McLaren and was very sporting minded. As a matter of fact, we're going to Broome tomorrow.
Broome tomorrow, eh?
Yes.
Oh, well, fair enough.
A couple of weeks going around the coast. And
not a bad spot to go, do you? A bit warm than it is here, I would think.
I'm afraid I'm going to miss the finals.
Oh, well, I don't think you'll be missing too much watching Encounter Bay anyway, like the way they're going at the moment. They might be in it for one match, and that'll be next Sunday.
Yeah, well, I saw McLaren Flat against Victor Harbour, and they're a good side, and they're playing better now than they were then.
And don't call them McLaren Flat, they're McLaren. Oh, gee, they hear you say that, they'll come over here and knock the caravan down. Anyway, it's good to catch up with you, Len. I've seen you a couple of times in there having tea, and you look like you're still around the place. You're not ready to turn your toes up yet?
No fear. People wonder why we're travelling all the time, and I said, well, they expect that we're going to curl up and die or something.
Yes, well, you never know. Anyway, thanks for coming over here today and telling us where you are, because I think there'll be a few people around the place who'll still remember the name Len Russell from Encounter Bay and Victor Harbour. So.
For better or for worse, yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't think there's too many of them would say it's not a good thing to do, but it is good to see you around. I mean, because if you're by yourself sometimes, and which you were after your wife passed away, it's sort of, you've got to get out and do something, don't you?
You do, yes.
Anyway, thanks for what you did today, Len. Thanks for coming and having a word with us. And this is 90.1 Happy FM. Great Southern Footy is on air and YouTube.
Happy FM's Halftime Hub, brought to you by FP Ag. We're in your field. FP Ag, the name you can trust for all your farm needs. FP Ag Rural Supplies has the knowledge and know-how to help you improve your production with expert agronomy advice for your pastures, hay production and broadacre cropping, fertiliser advice and spreading, animal health strategies, fencing needs, expert viticultural advice, livestock sales options, and we also offer an on-farm delivery service. FP Ag, with 5 fully stocked branches across the Fleurieu, we're in your field.
It's the same location with Mary and her Victor Harbour team, but the name has changed. Beachside Bedding, next to Hebra Pharmacy, is your local sleep specialist, featuring SA-made bedding from Sealy, Sleep Haven and Adriatic Slumber. Beachside Bedding also features a beautiful range of locally made Fleurieu furniture. Same location, new name, now even more competitive than ever on price. Beachside Bedding with free delivery and old mattress removal. Open Monday to Saturday at 295 Port Elliot Road, Hebra.
Victor Tyre Power are your local one-stop shop for all tyres, wheels and batteries. Tyre Power are Australia's biggest independent tyre retailer, which means you get the power of a big range of the big brands, expert advice and lower prices.
Get the power of a local owner and operator.
Get the power of great service that keeps you coming back.
Get the power. Victor Tyre Power, 170A Hindmarsh Road, Victor Harbour.
Get the power.
Thanks for that, Ian. We are going on to here. The players are about to take it on. So, round the ground scores for half time. Langhorne Creek 9 goals 6. Goulburn Port Elliot 2 goals 3. Mount Compass 10-7. Yankalilla 6-3. Strathalbyn 9-3. Myponga Selix 7-4. Victor Harbour 6-5. Wollonga 8-3. And we are underway here. And Ellis has taken the ball out from McLaren. Straight out the centre and up into their forward lines. Coming out, breaking out quickly, he was there. Goes off the boot, comes through, picks up quickly there for there, and there it is, a goal straight on the board there for McLaren's, and they turned around. They didn't even take a minute to get that one, Kevin.
Yes, they didn't. I'm just trying to see.
Luke Mitten, number 33 was the score, yeah.
And Luke Mitten has put through the first goal. I hope they got those scores right.
They are now, Kevy. Yep.
Right. And Luke Mitten, number 33.
33. Yeah.
And that is the first goal of the game, and that one didn't take very long at all. So it's, I think it'll be 13 goals 6 now to Encounter Bay. Three points. And now FPA scoreboard. So the umpire comes in to throw the ball up. It's just a matter of throwing the ball up and writing down the score each time, I think. Ellis tried to get the ball out of the centre. They're going to McLaren now down the ground, and there's the lad that just kicked the last goal, going up for the mark. In fact, he went up for the mark, fell over, got down, picked the ball up, and he's kicked it in. And there's a chance now for Encounter Bay if they can release the pressure, but they can't. And the umpire will throw the ball up again. Inside 50 now for McLaren. Tosses it up, and McLaren look like they may get the ball out of the centre again down there. They're doing their hardest to stop Encounter Bay with it. Crispin was out there. He can't get away with it, and the umpire will call it up and throw the ball up, or the boundary umpire over there will throw it in. It's a long way away from where we are at the moment, and the little fella will throw the ball in. In it goes. Big tall players in there, and the ruck. Martin was there. He couldn't do anything with it. He just pushed it down on the ground, and the umpire will come and throw it up again. That's about all Encounter Bay can do, is slow the scoring down.
Yeah, well, they can't even do that.
No. So umpire throws the ball up again. Up it goes. Out of the pack it comes, and McLaren not going anywhere with it this time. Just going to throw it up again.
Lip it then.
And he's not having his best day either. It's pretty hard out there for any counter player. I think that was him then that got the kick down the ground. And hand pass goes over, and here's a chance now for Encounter Bay. The ball comes out again, and they get it out. Here's a chance. Now they've got to do something with it here, and they can, and this should be a score of some type or other.
Yeah.
So Nick Marshall's
Kevy. Yeah, hang on the face in the last one. Yeah, you need refresher courses with these boys.
Refresher courses? Well, it's going to be a long time before they need to play again after next week, I think.
Guess what?
Guess what? It is missed, and it is another minor score. So it's 4 points to Encounter Bay and 12 goals 6. I don't think they put the score up, did they?
Yep. So 11-6 at half time.
Okay, so it's 12 goals 6 to 4 points.
On the FPH scoreboard, and they bring it in. McLaren's now goes up, and a big grab there by
picking apples off a tree,
Ellison.
isn't it?
Yep. Yeah, the big men are just killing them, and the small men are running rings around them. Up they go, turn around. Andrew Fife can't get it for the Bays, come back down, turns around, he goes back in again, then he gets ridden into the back, turns around. I can tell you, Kevy, that is soft there. I walked across at half time when you had your interview, and that is very muddy and soft there.
It looks a bit like it too.
It's the old days when you don't bounce the ball on this oval. Turns around, goes up, lip it, breaks away. Now he's gone. Then he bounces it, goes off, left foot kick, goes up in the forward lines, goes over, back behind the Bays are, and they turn around, goes out. Out there goes Allen, gets the ball, hips on again over to the Bays. They drop the ball, swings it around his body, and guess what? The Bays... The goal umpire says a goal, and did you catch who that one was, Kevin?
No,
because I don't know. I thought it might have been. I'm not sure it was Gould. It was Bailey. So
FP Ag, the name you can trust for all your farm needs. FP Ag Rural Supplies has the knowledge and know-how to help you improve your production with expert agronomy advice for your pastures, hay production and broadacre cropping, fertiliser advice and spreading, animal health strategies, fencing needs, expert viticultural advice, livestock sales options, and we also offer an on-farm delivery service. FP Ag, with 5 fully stocked branches across the Fleurieu, we're in your field.
They come in now to throw the ball up, and in he comes. Out there you got Lippert on Ellis, or Ellis on Lippert at the moment.
Tyson Neal got that one out.
Got it out there through Tyson Neal. Ball now is down around about centre half forward down there, and it's been held up. And the umpire will come in here and throw it up. It's about the only way they're going to get one at the moment is to get it and run as fast as they can down the ground and hope no one catches them. The ball's out there now, and it's on the ground, and this will just slow the scoring down.
Yeah, I was over there at half time. A couple of the Bay supporters are saying we won't make the 5 now, Kev. They're going to get kicked and their percentage is going to go. Hope comes over.
The percentage will go. Lippert kicks it into the forward line down there. The player there was held on to. It looked like it was anyway, but I don't think it's going to matter. Yes, it's only another point, but
one goal
5, is it?
Yep, to Encounter Bay, and they've broken the drought there. Quickly comes out through there, McLaren. Turns around, picks it all up, goes out through there, and Mutton's getting a run on the ball. He comes in and finds his player inside in Leon Groves. So McLaren's on the back flank. Out here on the scoreboard side, goes off in, finds his player right in the middle here. Turns around, goes off. That's almost 25 metre there.
Almost
goes off.
Run alongside him,
Todd McKay. McKay goes over and finds Ellis. Ellis goes off. He drives up now to full forward position. Off hands it comes. There it goes. Running around. Goes. He should go for holding the ball on that one.
He did.
That was a good tackle then there by Aaron Gould for Encounter Bay. So in the back pocket he gets it. He goes off the far side. Finds his player over there in Williams. Lachlan Williams, he's in the other pocket though, so they haven't advanced. Now he looks around, goes off, he drives out the clubroom side, right up over towards the wing area, thumped off the ball, goes back out, handball back to Ellis. Ellis drives him into attack again, over the top it goes, turns around, picks up the needs. There was no back up there, goes off there, boots round to there. That was swung in the tackle, 21 it was for McLaren's James Grimley. James Grimley gets his 3rd. So McLaren.
It's the same location with Mary and her Victor Harbour team, but the name has changed. Beachside Bedding, next to Hebra Pharmacy, is your local sleep specialist, featuring SA-made bedding from Sealy, Sleep Haven and Adriatic Slumber. Beachside Bedding also features a beautiful range of locally made Fleurieu furniture. Same location, new name, now even more competitive than ever on price. Beachside Bedding with free delivery and old mattress removal. Open Monday to Saturday at 295 Port Elliot Road, Hebra.
And got a boot to it and kicked a goal.
We'll see what they can do now from the throw up in the centre. Up it goes. In go the ruckman, pushed down, and Encounter Bay got the knockout there. Lippett's got the ball, and the umpire says, "I'll have it." So the ball's going to be thrown up now, all in a bit of a mud out there in the middle of the ground. Lippert tried to get it out. He's still trying to get out. He's got about 3 people tackling him.
Yeah, well, they're just sweating on him. They know he's going to get it, so they just sweat on him, and then 3 of them dive on him.
And then just run in and grab him. Anyway, again, the umpire throws it up, knocks it down. Here's a chance now for Encounter Bay players got in each other's way out there then, and it's gone out here to number 17, and that is Gould. Umpire tossed it up again. Up it goes. Knocked down.
It's holding the ball.
Holding the ball. And Lippert should get the...
No.
I thought he
goes over to Brown.
Lippert gets the mark instead. And he can kick it across out there to... That is...
Gamble.
And Gamble can kick it further down. And that was a...
Good grab by Zohar.
He was falling over and took the mark over his head. And that was from McLaren Vale and Kiefer Zohar.
McLarens, don't call them Vales.
No,
you get told off.
Yeah, well, they might as well get told off or something.
Callum Tonkin. So Callum Tonkin on the wing there with the bays, drives them back into attack, goes up forward, cannot grab that second grab and counter bay, and comes back down. Picked up there by Allen. He gets tackled, and it's in the forward flank area there, between the forward flank and forward pocket for Encounter Bay. Comes back out there, central umpire with it once again. Up she goes, turns around, gets it out there by McLaren's, goes out, socket off the grounds there by Encounter Bay, goes off there, McLaren forced the ball across, and she's on the back flank now for them, forward flank for Encounter Bay, clubroom side for a boundary throw-in. Set up into there, so probably about 10 minutes, 11 minutes gone. Boundary umpire throws it in, up they go, turns around, Tonkin gets it up to round, comes around quickly there into Gould, goes off there, comes around into it, goes over the boundary line, touched, and will finish up with a ball up for a boundary throw in by the umpire, boundary umpire once again. Still in that forward pocket for the Bays though. They just need to hold it in this end and get some goals. As I said, it's just all over. They can't win the game from here, and goes up. Ball goes up, comes back down. Tackle comes out, and it's in now for the central umpire to take it over. So
well, if they can't win the game, it'd be nice to win a quarter, wouldn't it?
Well, what does that mean? Well, they've got finals to play, so they've got to show something. Yeah. Turn around, goes out. Crispin lays a tackle, comes out through there. McLaren still up in the front there. Bodywork used, comes out, falls back down to Pearson. Pearson's handball can't go anywhere. Comes back around there. Pearson goes back in there. He gets upended, turns around, wraps on there, and the umpire comes in right on the true wing, clubroom side for a ball up. Comes in onto it. Up it goes, turns around, big tap out there by Tonkin, goes over, turns around, picks it all up, Bays, Crispin tries to get it up, he gets wrapped over, he's over the boundary line, and it'll be a ball up. Quickly, around the grounds and half time we got here, Bulwer Port Elliot True 3, Langhorne Creek 9-6, Mount Compass 10-7, Yanks 6-3, Strath Albin 9-3, Myponga Selix 7-4, Wollonga 8-3, Victor Harbour 6-5, Kev.
And the ball now is thrown up, and the umpire from a fair way away will come in and throw it up. It's on the half forward line out there for McLaren, and the ball will be forced across the boundary line into the fence, and it's out of bounds. And McLaren again doing all the attacking. And the boundary umpire's got hold of it, throws it in. It's not a bad throw in. The ball's kicked out of the pack down there by...
Oh, strong body in front by Marshall.
And Marshall has got the mark. Now let's hope Marshall's kicked better this time than the last one.
Put it there. Tell him he's going to kick a horrible kick, Kevin, and do it in reverse.
Yes, that's right. Kick it with your left foot instead of your right one. See what happens. Anyway, he's gone back now to take his kick. He's got to get a goal here. Comes in. Puts the ball on the boot, and look, I think he has got the goal too.
Yep.
That is Nick Marshall has got himself a goal, and that is the first one for...
The Royal Family Hotel in the main street of Port Elliot prides itself on having a family atmosphere. The dining room is open for lunch and dinner 7 days a week, offering great food specials and friendly service.
Enjoy.
Why not wind down with friends and enjoy a drink in our superb beer garden, one of the best beer gardens on the south coast. There's traditional pub-style accommodation available and a drive-through sip and save outlet. The Royal Family Hotel, 32 North Terrace, Port Elliot.
Beautiful day here. It's been, it's just a cool breeze, but only a light breeze. Back in the centre where Popplewell throws it up. Nobody real gets it. Comes out quickly by McLaren's. Goes forward. Ellis is on there. He turns around. Backs around. Turn around. The Bay player Gould stopped, and he could have front shirted him there, and he didn't. Goes back inside. Beautiful tackle. Legging there to Encounter Bay there. He turned around. Goes over. Tyson Neal, I reckon it is. Goes back on, and she's a ball up. On the that one there would have been Corey Gamble. Goes up there, up they down, turns around, comes out, quickly goes around to Gould. Gould for Bays, puts it out forward. Good grab there by Encounter Bay there in McInerney. McInerney goes out wide. Too far though for his running player, goes off. Taps it on beautifully. Turns around, goes back into it. He's getting held onto. Turns around, he can't get around to pick it all up. Player was tagging him and grabbing him, and he turned around, never ever picked it up the ball, and it is a ball up by the umpire on the forward flank or forward wing position, more advantage to the Bays. Tonkin gets it, comes back out, quickly picks up, but he gets wrapped up there and put down there. That one there is Cohen Petit, and he turns around, the umpire's forced to throw up once again. Look at that, you're seeing that grabbing hold of your grandson there, Kevin, so they know he's dangerous. Bays go up underneath, they spoil each other, comes down there, Mitten gets up, he goes around, turns around, fends off high. Fraser Tonkin couldn't get it, comes out and he finds Ellis. Ellis now for McLaren, grows forward, drives all up, straight at goals, no problems at all, umpire signals a goal.
Mount Compass Quarry and Landscape Supplies have over 40 years experience in mining and blending soils and organics. We're specialists in turf soils, landscaping and organic blends. Customised washed sands for horse arenas, sports grounds and building sands. We also have a large range of decorative stones, gravels, mulches and pine barks. From car trailers to all truckloads. Wholesale Quarry Direct. Mount Compass Quarry and Landscape Supplies, 86 Sandmine Road, Mount Compass. Open Monday to Friday, 7am to 4pm and Saturday 7am to 11am. Phone 8556 8421.
No damage done.
Yeah, the Bays fell and they had one tackle and the other one actually stood and watched. If he'd ran in too, they could have got hold of the ball. But up in the centre it goes, up they go, comes back down. Bays get it, we got a tip up, we got a free kick going Encounter Bay's way, he's signalling. So it looks like he's got that one high. Couldn't quite catch the signal on it, but the Encounter Bays get it and comes around to Cohen Pettit. Cohen Pettit right in the centre now, comes back, drives himself around. He's got out wide up here if he can come, but he's gone down the club room side, puts it all out there, and that's easy pickings.
Yeah, there was just
tallest men in the back lines and you kick towards them. That's the opposition. That's terrible.
Especially when you got no one tall there yourself.
Goes up, comes over the back there now, turns around, Pearsons picks the ball up, dogs around, he'll go, hold the ball. Thanks very much, bingo. McLaren now, they get going, they kick forward, they find out and they find Ellis. Ellis quickly onto the handball, running past player. He goes up into the forward lines and misses. So it's a let off for the Bays there, and he turned around. So it goes up 1 point up there, and they're still messing around the scoreboard.
Anyway, Lockie Williams kicks the ball in. It's gone in out there to Callum Tonkin, and the ball now is kicked across the boundary line and it's out of bounds. Obviously it was touched before it went across the line. Or was it? Yes it was.
Yeah, must have been.
The boundary umpire's got it. Throws it in. I think he almost threw it over his head, didn't he? Threw it in the corner.
And he slipped like anything on you when he was coming back.
Yeah, he probably wasn't coming today with his shoes on to do the boundary umpiring anyway, but good on him. He's short of umpires at the moment. And it's picked up out there by Tyson Neal. Tyson Neal gets it away.
Put down too late.
I don't think there was any need for that. And
two umpires were too interested in looking at each other. Don't blame you, Tyson. That was definitely got rid of the ball and then
Grimley put him down well after the ball had gone, and nothing.
Yeah, both umpires were watching him. One's looking at his son, the other one was looking at him because he's in control.
Anyway, Ellis gets it from the ruck, kicks it into the forward line down there.
Too strong again.
They were hanging on to him down there. He's just far, far too strong, that player down there in Jordan Mutton. Even hanging on to him, he still managed to mark the ball.
You can't play a player like that by side to him. That's Pearson's, I think, on the mark, isn't it? So, yeah, the only way to beat those players is you got to jump, come in from the side and jump and spoil. Don't try to mark, just spoil. So he's only kicked 2 goals 3, so I thought he would have had more.
Yeah, well, it seems like he has, but there's plenty of others got goals. So in comes Mutton now from around about. Perhaps we should say.
Yeah, we should say, yeah.
Say it more often.
Yeah, I hope he's not the leading goal kicker because we're putting him off. Counter Bay with the ball goes in. There is another poor kick straight to McLaren. So McLaren kick on now and they find Ellis.
You probably find Ellis. Ellis will find mutton.
Yeah, you get a let off like that, and then your next kick goes straight to the opposition. You know, like it begs belief on this. So
Anyway, it's happening.
yeah, so Ellis now can straighten this one up and get that one back they completely missed. He puts it all up, goes all up. Umpire looks, he's coming back. He signals a goal. So
Victor Tyre Power are your local one-stop shop for all tyres, wheels and batteries. Tyre Power are Australia's biggest independent tyre retailer, which means you get the power of a big range of the big brands, expert advice and lower prices.
Get the power of a local owner and operator.
Get the power of great service that keeps you coming back.
Get the power. Victor Tyre Power, 170A Hindmarsh Road, Victor Harbour.
Get the power.
and they thought that they were going to miss out in the 5, and I said, well, you're 15% in front. I said, I don't think any team will make up that.
No. Take a lot more. 15%'s a lot more. They need 25 goals at least to do that, and it doesn't look like it's about to happen at the moment. But anyway, why would McLaren worry about it?
Oh, McLaren won't worry, but the Bay people are.
Yeah.
So yeah, so it goes back into forward lines here, and they can't get out to it. McLaren are just sweating on this going around. They just don't want injuries. They got a week off anyway, but up they go. Tonkin goes up, gets it all down, comes back on the ground. McLaren player goes onto the Bays, went over, then they went back onto him, and they turn around and finally get a ball up by the central umpire there as Kane Hopkins gives it back to him. Popplewell throws it up. Tonkin goes up, goes out through there in... turns around, Laurie can't get it out, and the umpire will repeat it on the forward flank there for Encounter Bay though. Out they go, up they go, pushes all out, goes round to Lippert. Lippert gets his handball, comes back around again quickly. Tonkin can't get it out. He turns around, he gets ridden down the ground, comes out there, and I think the umpire might have got that one up there. So it goes through, and it comes back to Callum Tonkin. Callum Tonkin, as he always does, drives off, short kick, up, really in nowhere, and going back is Tyson, and he gets the ball. So Encounter Bay have made something out of this one, and they turn around, and we get around onto it. So
Every goal Encounter Bay gets, it lessens the percentage that they get against them.
yeah, well, that was they were frightened about, that they weren't going to kick any goals, and their percentage was going to tumble.
Well, it would have if they hadn't kicked any goal.
Yeah,
It would have.
but but it's still a lot to tumble down to get 15% to get out of the 5, and that's just there. So he comes in there. Tyson Neal and he's missed that one. So he's had 2 shots and misses badly. So they go to 2 goals 6 on the FPA scoreboard to McLaren 15-7.
And McLaren will put the ball back in play.
It's only 13 minutes gone, Kev.
Is it? They've got to keep going for a while.
Oh,
yeah.
sorry, no, 22,
I was gonna say,
350.
it'll be
Yeah, I thought it was a bit
longer
short.
than that, yeah. Anyway, the ball now has been marked by McLaren. They'll kick the ball back in again, and the ball is just pushed down, and will probably roll across the boundary line and into the fence, and the boundary umpire will toss it back in. So McLaren at the moment are kicking towards the netball court end. Encounter Bay are kicking the other way, but at the moment it's not helping them much at all down there, and the ball now will be pushed down there by McLaren. McLaren gets it down there to Ellis. And
It's just like a bull, isn't he?
yeah, he just keeps running. Anyway, there's not too many players beyond them here. All McLaren have got.
Pearson's got him. Oh, plenty of
top.
time. 5, that's a throw. Right in front of the umpire.
Anyway, McLaren now have got control of the ball over the pack, and they've got players
Easy.
running down the ground if they want to use
McKay.
them. It goes across there to McKay.
Jamie
And
Smith.
McKay just puts it.
No, Jamie Smith.
Smith puts it on.
FP Ag, the name you can trust for all your farm needs. FP Ag Rural Supplies has the knowledge and know-how to help you improve your production with expert agronomy advice for your pastures, hay production and broadacre cropping, fertiliser advice and spreading, animal health strategies, fencing needs, expert viticultural advice, livestock sales options, and we also offer an on-farm delivery service. FP Ag, with 5 fully stocked branches across the Fleurieu, we're in your field.
glance and think, well, I'll just control this and hold the ball and lose.
Well, as the scoreboard will be done by club people in the finals.
Yeah, they're doing it by club people here too.
Yeah, I know. So they'll have to take a good look and make sure that they've got the right people there for their home game.
Back in the centre, here it goes. Ruckman set themselves up, they go. Tonkin gets it, comes out, straight over to Lippert with a handball. Lippert's kick goes forward, up and forward. The Bay boy can't get it, just stretched on it, goes out quickly, goes around to the player. He kicks it on his foot, goes off. He goes out on the full, mind you, Kevin. That one there was Blake Bailey, and he's gone out on the full over the other side, and a free kick to McLaren. Well, when it's not happening, isn't it? There's just nothing they can do, the Bays. So over to you, and I'll chase a couple of these out.
Chase a couple of those scores out as the ball now is back in the arena and will be thrown in by the boundary umpire, not far around from the point post, about a metre or so around from the point post. And there's a long kick in now by Kiefer Zohar. Off hands it goes. And there's a free kick picked out of the pack here to McLaren. Gets a hand pass over to his teammate out there, to Moyle, I think that was. And it's going there, and Ellis comes along, man. That was well picked out then by the boundary umpire.
Yeah, I didn't think it fully crossed, but
well,
still.
may not be, but it's, I mean, at least the lad had a go at it anyway, made a decision.
Yep. No, it was close, like I said, but yeah, it appeared like it wasn't fully over.
And the umpire throws it in. In it goes, off it goes at the back of the pack. Boy, he's going to be in trouble. He went one way and went the other way.
Got away with it.
A little bit lucky. Oh, well, it's been happening a few times like this
today.
Brown. And the umpire throws it up again. Up it goes. Ball's on the ground, taken out there by McLaren. And McLaren got the ball this time. And the player there just lowers his body and goes to the ground, and the umpire will come and throw it up again. Up it goes. Coming out there, it's taken out. There's backup all the way from it. It's gone out there this time to Daniel Marr, and Marr's kick now goes over the back of the pack. It's gone out there now to McInerney, and McInerney gets it down the ground a bit out there, and the umpire says holding the ball, and the free kick goes to McLaren. They just put the ball on the boot, kick it in the general direction, and coming easy, out there as a player's going to mark it. And he has, and that is Matthew Merritt, already kicked 2 goals. He might struggle a bit from this distance.
Yeah, I've only got him down as 1. 24.
Got him down as 2, second and third quarter. Anyway, not going to matter much. In he comes now, and the ball now is going to go over the back of the pack, and it is a minor score only to McLaren. McLaren now go to 16 goals, 7 on our FPA scoreboard.
8 with the point, Kevin. Comes back out here to the Bays, quickly moving on, goes over there, tucks over there, and I thought he might have hand into that, but the central umpires called that one as untouched, so McLaren's have got the ball once again here in... Turn around, it goes in Leon Groves. Groves goes in. Spoil come finally from Counter Bay in the full forward lines. Comes out. Handball goes off. Comes over there, but look at McLaren's. Got all this wrapped up. Kicks up. Drives this ball off. Touched he calls. Goes over the back and turns around and goes off for a throw in.
No, it's not. Free kick.
Well, the umpire cuts back here called play touch play on. So the Bays get it. Come over to Cohen Pettit. Pettit goes off. Up in the forward, up to the wing it goes. Goes over. McLaren once again picks it all up in there. And Jamie Hopkins. He goes off. Over there. Comes off hands. Goes over there. The big body pushes off and the player coming through. Handball's over. He ducks. He gets caught up. He goes round. He should be going for holding the ball.
Yeah.
And he turned around. The McLaren players pleading for a free, and sorry, you've had plenty of chances. And up with the ball for Encounter Bay gets Tom Pearsons. Pearsons goes back, drives it out the clubroom side, goes over, up over the back, red off. McLaren's handball it out, and there goes the siren for 3/4 time on the FBA scoreboard here. McLaren are 16 goals 8 to Encounter Bay 2 goals 6, so they made a little bit of a going on into there. Goal kickers, well, we'll go into town here on for McLaren, 2 to Lachlan Matthews, 3 to Brett Ellis, 1 to Todd McKay, 2 to Jordan Mutton, 1 to Jamie Smith, 3 to James Grinley, 1 to Matthew Merritt, 1 to Max Gill, and 1 to Luke Mitten, and 1 to Billy Charler. For Encounter Bay, I've got it down as Jamie Brown for 1 and Nicholas Marshall. So this is 90.1 Happy FM is Great Southern Footy on air and YouTube.
The Royal Family Hotel in the main street of Port Elliot prides itself on having a family atmosphere. The dining room is open for lunch and dinner 7 days a week, offering great food specials and friendly service.
Enjoy.
Why not wind down with friends and enjoy a drink in our superb beer garden, one of the best beer gardens on the south coast. There's traditional pub-style accommodation available and a drive-through sip and save outlet. The Royal Family Hotel, 32 North Terrace, Port Elliot. Mount Compass Quarry and Landscape Supplies have over 40 years experience in mining and blending soils and organics. We're specialists in turf soils, landscaping and organic blends. Customised washed sands for horse arenas, sports grounds and building sands. We also have a large range of decorative stones, gravels, mulches and pine barks. From car trailers to all truckloads. Wholesale Quarry Direct. Mount Compass Quarry and Landscape. Victor Tyre Power are your local one-stop shop for all tyres, wheels and batteries. Tyre Power are Australia's biggest independent tyre retailer, which means you get the power of a big range of the big brands, expert advice and lower prices.
Get the power of a local owner and operator.
Get the power of great service that keeps you coming back.
Get the power. Victor Tyre Power, 170A Hindmarsh Road, Victor Harbour.
Get the power.
FP Ag, the name you can trust for all your farm needs. FP Ag Rural Supplies has the knowledge and know-how to help you improve your production with expert agronomy advice for your pastures, hay production and broadacre cropping, fertiliser advice and spreading, animal health strategies, fencing needs, expert viticultural advice, livestock sales options, and we also offer an on-farm delivery service. FP Ag, with 5 fully stocked branches across the Fleurieu, we're in your field.
It's the same location with Mary and her Victor Harbour team, but the name has changed. Beachside Bedding, next to Hebra Pharmacy, is your local sleep specialist, featuring SA-made bedding from Sealy, Sleep Haven and Adriatic Slumber. Beachside Bedding also features a beautiful range of locally made Fleurieu furniture. Same location, new name, now even more competitive than ever on price. Beachside Bedding with free delivery and old mattress removal. Open Monday to Saturday at
The Royal Family Hotel in the main street of Port Elliot prides itself on having a family atmosphere. The dining room is open for lunch and dinner 7 days a week, offering great food specials and friendly service.
Enjoy.
Why not wind down with friends and enjoy a drink in our superb beer garden, one of the best beer gardens on the south coast. There's traditional pub-style accommodation available and a drive-through sip and save outlet. The Royal Family Hotel, 32 North Terrace, Port Elliot.
And across the middle there, and not too bad across through the middle and towards the clubhouse. It's a bit firmer, but there's been a lot of rain and it certainly softened the overload.
I've seen the athletics meeting here, and the Kaikuyu was that deep in front of where we are that the runners would get along. Look, it looked like they're going up and down the one spot.
Yeah. Now they've chucked in through our little good mate Nifty. He got some soil into here which helps replenish it, and the umpires have got the ball here now. And he's looking around, and he turns around and goes. So might have to. He's waiting for them to set up here. The kids are on the back.
Kids to get off.
Yeah, kids are down on the right of screen here, and he's turning around. He's getting to them. So He's set, so we are virtually ready to get underway here for the final coup de grace here for McLaren's here for the week off. And he turned around, he gets everything waved on. He turns around, the kids up the end here playing with gold flags. Kevy, up on the left, look at it, they're waving gold flags. Umpires holds it aloft, and we get underway here, and it goes up and down for the ruckman goes up. Tyson Neal in the centre, he gets manhandled, goes back down. Walunga picked it up, can't get it. Tyson goes back in, he gets wrapped up, gets a boot to it, comes out quickly there in Daniel Marr. He goes back, kicks back, handballs back to Cody Ellison for McLaren's. Go up there, and in front is Tom Pearson's. He's actually played a handy one out there, Kevy. Tom Pearson's in the back lines.
Kicks, yeah.
Doesn't know where to go though. Goes clubroom size, a bit of a floater over the back. Ellis drops over. Handball goes over, comes around quickly there to Lachlan Matthews. He drives up, and there's another big grab there to McLaren's, right by the point post. And he turned round, and
I mean, Tom's got a fair few kicks, but he hasn't kicked them to anyone. That's his problem.
No, well, he's not alone there, though, has he? In Counter Bay, there's a lot of them have done that. So, lining up now is James Grimley. He's kicked 3 for the game so far, and he's about to put the 4th one in. Drives up, hangs up, umpire looks. He comes back, wait for his indication. Goal, he says. So,
It's the same location with Mary and her Victor Harbour team, but the name has changed. Beachside Bedding, next to Hebra Pharmacy, is your local sleep specialist, featuring SA-made bedding from Sealy, Sleep Haven and Adriatic Slumber. Beachside Bedding also features a beautiful range of locally made Florio furniture. Same location, new name, now even more competitive than ever on price. Beachside Bedding with free delivery and old mattress removal. Open Monday to Saturday at 295 Port Elliot Road, Hebra.
Do it, and it'll be a while back into the centre before it gets it. Yeah, like I said, weather's been good. There's a little bit of greyness coming up through there now, Kevy, but it's been pretty clear. I think there's supposed to be more coming tomorrow, isn't it?
Yes, a little bit. I think there's 10 goal kickers out there.
Yeah.
For,
I had heard the big thing will be your Mini Colts Carnival, and I reckon the McLaren Oval's underwater. That's going to be great for the kids.
Fun, won't they?
Yeah, should have played the women's in it with the mud, wouldn't you?
Anyway, the umpire tosses the ball up high in the centre from that last goal. Coming out of the centre now, McLaren again got it. Lippert had it, got a hand pass away. Tyson, Neil got it, but there's too many McLaren players just standing around waiting for it down there. And down it goes there to the forward line. And coming
Williams.
out now, it's Williams. And he's kicked it over to
now you're stuck on, aren't you?
21 to Crispin.
Crispin, yeah.
Crispin had the ball, I don't know. Remember Crispin? And the ball now is
Back to Crispin
been
again.
kicked again, so he's had 2 kicks there in about the last 10 seconds.
Ooh, up goes
Almost
the
a
knees.
mark taken out there by McLaren. They couldn't complete it though, but here's a chance for the
Callum Tonkin.
Encounter Bay coming down over the back of the pack.
And nobody out there.
They really needed someone down there to have a look. Instead of getting a shot at goal out of it, they've got a free kick against them because the ball's gone out of bounds without being touched. And away going McLaren with it over that far side now. That was plenty.
Jamie Smith.
Yeah, Jamie Smith, number 20, had it just then. And
I reckon it's gone to Luke Mitten. That's Luke Mitten there.
And Mitten's got it this time. Hit him on the chest, bounced up in the air, and he could kick across here. The player running down, but he decides not to. So anyway, the ball now has gone up high, and McLaren now, they could have run a bit with that one if they wanted to, but the player at the
Williams
back down
again.
there is Williams. He hadn't played a bad
Yep.
game today from his Lockie Williams, and he's got it over there to his teammate if he can pick it up. He can pick it up. He just
And look, kick straight to the opposition.
The opposition. Oh my
Well,
God.
there you go. Like I
Better
said,
off if
that's
he
the
didn't
stroke
pick it
of
up.
it. So, yep. So McLaren's on the chest, unattended, goes around,
How
kicks it
can you
over and
do
goes
that?
straight to the opposition player, and he marks a player.
That's Grimley.
Yep. So,
Oh.
yeah.
I mean, you'd be sitting there thinking it's Christmas, wouldn't you? They're
Oh.
staring around the ball kids.
Yeah, why chase the ball? Just stand
Why
out in the
chase
open. The opposition will hit you on the chest.
Straight to you. So Grimley now,
He kicked
He's-
the last one. He's going for his 5th now, when second in this quarter, isn't he?
he comes in now. He's a left footer. I think
Oh,
he's
he's
going to
plumped
miss
that
it
one
by
away.
a long, long way.
Yeah, good runs.
Moment.
Pearson's.
And Pearson's has marked it.
He'll kick it back to
He's
him.
going to play on. He's going to kick it back to him. Anyway, he's got it now down the ground. It's gone. And
Tyson's dropped
oh,
it.
he's taking his
Oh, cheeky!
out there. It is a goal coming up here, you would think.
Mitten.
33.
3.
wasn't it?
Yep.
And that goal goes to Luke Mitten.
It's the same location with Mary and her Victor Harbour team, but the name has changed. Beachside Bedding, next to Hebra Pharmacy, is your local sleep specialist, featuring SA-made bedding from Sealy, Sleep Haven and Adriatic Slumber. Beachside Bedding also features a beautiful range of locally made Florio furniture. Same location, new name, now even more competitive than ever on price. Beachside Bedding with free delivery and old mattress removal. Open Monday to Saturday at 295 Port Elliot Road, Hebra.
Player. You know, there's nothing infuriating to a player that's, you know, out by himself to see the kick go to an opposition player because your players won't get to him. Back in the centre, up they go. Callum Tonkin goes up, comes out there, stolen out there by Ellis. Ellis goes forward to McLaren and finds his player in the full forward position there in Todd McKay. Todd McKay comes back, kick from virtually 50. So he looks for the lead. Here it comes. Big man out again. Up they go. Comes off hands. Goes over. Sweetman gets it. Picks it all up. Handballs over. Goes over to Crispin for Encounter Bay. Encounter Bay now go out. And that's going to go out of the boundary line. Untouched for a free kick to McLaren. The McLaren player over there, supporter, wanted to make sure. He stood up and said that it wasn't touched. So, comes back to the players now. McLaren with it. They're on the forward flank, clubroom side. Now it's getting crowded back there. He drives it up, sticks out in that outer boundary. Up they go. Big grab there by McLaren's going into it again. Matthew Merritt.
Well,
Matthew Merritt with the ball.
Oh, he's lucky then he didn't get 25 metres against him.
No, lines up. Goes over. He's looking for something. He's not real confident of getting, so he just sits it up out in the forward line. Goes over. Too short, and he finds the opposition player on the chest. Goes over there. He drives it back where the ball comes. Sometimes that not much send. Goes over. Crispin can't get it. Goes over the back and goes out there to Bentley. Bentley goes off and comes back here and Encounter Bay get it in Andrew Fife. Fife now tries to switch it. Short kick, so goes back. Now he finds Pearson. Now Pearson's bottled in and says, "Where am I going to kick it?
Well,
there is nobody. There is nobody leading for me." So he goes back and he finds his player back again there in Andrew Fife. Fife, he'll change back again. So they're gone kicky and get nothing. Now they've moved it out to there and they've found the player out in Williams. Williams goes, if you want to look at this, here it goes out. Fraser Tonkin gets it. He goes over the head though, goes over. McLaren picks it all up. They get the ball back, kick back inside. Here it is, rip them open and goes back to the last one in Luke Mitten. Mitten drives off into the centre part. See, look at that. Bays are running around and can't even find players. They don't even check. They swamp back there but don't pick up players. So it goes around under there. So 14 Leon Groves with the ball for McLaren. This flooding's good, but if you're going to flood, you have to pick up players. You can't go to spaces.
And can't stand around.
That's what I mean. And the player gets the ball, just looks up there and says, well, I'm not under pressure being tackled. Oh, there's a player there. I'll just kick it to him. So in he comes. Leon Groves drives this ball. It's a floaty, wobbly one. Comes out short though. Goes over. Kicked up quickly there. Umpire comes back. Goes over there to Mutton and indicates a...
The Royal Family Hotel in the main street of Port Elliot prides itself on having a family atmosphere. The dining room is open for lunch and dinner 7 days a week, offering great food specials and friendly service.
Enjoy.
Why not wind down with friends and enjoy a drink in our superb beer garden, one of the best beer gardens on the south coast. There's traditional pub-style accommodation available and a drive-through sip and save outlet. The Royal Family Hotel, 32 North Terrace, Port Elliot.
It looks like they're going to get beaten, so they'll still be, a game behind. Langhorns Creek, 15 up. They've got to make up 15%, so they can't do that. So
Langhorn Creek will be here.
Langhorn Creek will take 5th, but the Bays won't.
Umpire throws the ball up again in the centre. Push down. Counter Bay, get it out of the centre.
Tarka.
Change there, the Tarka. Bad bounce goes out. Kiefer Zohar's got hold of it. they had hold of him, but he luckily got away with that, and
He spots
here's a
up well,
chance.
doesn't he, Tyson?
Yep.
He looked, waited with that left foot and just put it right virtually on the chest.
All he had to do was wrap his arms around
Yeah.
it. And that is
Blake Bailey.
So don't make a mess of it.
Well, he's got plenty you can join in a group if he does.
Get that 2 into 3, for God's sake. In he comes, puts the ball up, and
Umpire's doing a lot of
reckon
work.
it is,
Oh,
that's
he
it.
said it's okay.
Yep.
Victor Tyre Power are your local one-stop shop for all tyres, wheels and batteries. Tyre Power are Australia's biggest independent tyre retailer, which means you get the power of a big range of the big brands, expert advice and lower prices.
Get the power of a local owner and operator.
Get the power of great service that keeps you coming back.
Get the power. Victor Tyre Power, 170A Hindmarsh Road, Victor Harbour.
Get the power.
Players, the ball is coming back. So the umpires, where are the umpires? There he comes in from the side there. So
He
we
don't
got
look
him
in
out
the
there.
sun.
So quickly, Langhorne Creek 17-12, Gore Port Elliot 2-4, Mount Compass 15-12, Yanks 7-5, Myponga Selix 11-5, Strath 9-7, Willunga 10-9, Victor Harbour 7-6.
And McLaren kick it down to their forward line and coming out there.
Over the top,
It is Lachlan Matthews takes the mark. He kicks it down to the forward line down there, and they run over the top of it, but it's not going to matter much because they're still going to kick a goal out of it by the look of that. It is
All clear, he
another
says,
goal
so
to
yep.
McLaren. Did you see who that was?
Yes, number 14, Leon. Wait for the ball to be transferred back here by these boundary umpires. They've done a good job.
They have. I mean,
Tiring conditions for them.
one of them's probably a senior colt for one of the
Yeah,
sides.
and he's actually done very good.
He
He's
has,
been
yeah.
up onto it. Yeah, the young lad here in the short legs has struggled sometimes to get to the
Well,
point.
perhaps
but
that lad out
but the
there
ball's
should
quick from
put into the
McLaren.
job, get himself $90 on a Saturday.
Yeah, up they go in the centre. Nobody really gets it. Comes back down. Quicked up by McLaren. They soccer it forward. Goes up in the back fan. Fraser Tonka can't get to it. Ellis has got it. Ellis lines round. He likes to have a look at this. Look at this. The umpire has a quick look. Comes back into here. There's another one. He signals a goal. Ellis gets his.
FP Ag, the name you can trust for all your farm needs. FP Ag Rural Supplies has the knowledge and know-how to help you improve your production with expert agronomy advice for your pastures, hay production and broadacre cropping, fertiliser advice and spreading, animal health strategies, fencing needs, expert viticultural advice, livestock sales options, and we also offer an on-farm delivery service. FP Ag, with 5 fully stocked branches across the Fleurieu, we're in your field.
A goal with every shot. That'd still be a fair way behind. Umpire tosses the ball up again in the centre. Coming out here. Here's a chance, and McLaren all that distance ahead, and they're still getting free kicks out of the centre. And the kick
Todd
goes
Mackay.
to Daniel Marr, wasn't it?
Todd Mackay 5 it was.
Was it? Anyway,
Fraser
ball's on the
Tonga didn't have it.
ground
He gets
now.
tackled.
And the ball now will be thrown up by the umpire, and up it goes. Centre half forward for McLaren, so it's just a matter they just get the ball and put it in that general direction down there. The big players go.
Ellis
on.
again.
Ellis has gone in, and he's probably got another male medal out of the day because he's had a heap of kicks and he's kicked what, 5 goals.
Yep.
And don't forget, it's the presentation night of the league for the top goal kicker and the male medal at the McCracken Golf Club. So I don't know, you probably have to see if there's
FP Ag, the name you can trust for all your farm needs. FP Ag Rural Supplies has the knowledge and know-how to help you improve your production with expert agronomy advice for your pastures, hay production and broadacre cropping, fertiliser advice and spreading, animal health strategies, fencing needs, expert viticultural advice, livestock sales options, and we also offer an on-farm delivery service. FP Ag, with 5 fully stocked branches across the Fleurieu, we're in your field.
Free kick and Jackson Daniels gets away and repeats the umpire's throw up. Tonkin goes up again, comes around, goes over to Crispin. Crispin gets the ball for the Bays, goes forward, turns around, tries to trap it, pick it up there. McInerney gets it. He goes around to Gould. Gould gets tackled and goes to ground. Didn't have an opportunity and the umpire will have to come in on the forward flank, clubroom side for Encounter Bay's throw up. In they go. Tonkin gets his way, says. Laurie goes up, can't get down, comes down to Gould. Gould can't get out. It gets wrapped up to him and the umpire comes in for a repeat just a couple of metres away from where he was, further into the depth for Encounter Bay. Up they go. Tonkin goes up, puts it all down. McLaren throw it back again. Tonkin tries to get it up, can't get into it. Sweetman gets up, he can't get out through it and he turns around and it goes onto there and the umpire repeats for the third time. Up they go. Laurie goes up. Comes down there to Tonkin. McLaren's kick it out quickly though, goes forward and finds his player out there, probably in gamble, and I think he's probably just about the best for the Bays. He goes up, there's one in the back out to there, over the back there, comes out there to Goodison. Got away with that nudge in the back, and he turns to say Goodison from McLaren's in defensive back. He looks up, comes the clubroom side, puts over, goes up, Gould pulled out of that one. Could have got in there, made an effort, and he didn't bother about it. So goes over. Now McLaren's with the ball here in Ellison. He goes out. He finds his one there in Bentley. Bentley goes over. Finds up in the wing. Handles it well as there is Daniels. Daniels now gets his kick on the scoreboard side. Goes up. Sits beautifully for McLaren's. Handballs inside to Charla. Charla goes off. Goes up the forward. There it is. Look at this. Unattended. Easy as you like. On the front of his chest and he grabs it in front of his
marks
mitts.
all the way down the ground.
Yep. All players unattended and comes around here to James Grimley. He kicked 4, so he'll join his captain there in Brett Ellis if he kicks right here, and he'll have himself 5. So lines himself up, comes in, probably only going to kick from 35, directly in front.
Nothing.
If he's kicked 4 straight, I reckon too. I don't think he's missed, so goes up, puts this ball up. Look at that. There's the curse, you beauty. Kevin, we should have said this for the Bays right at the beginning.
It might have been a lot closer.
So it turns around. So FBA scoreboard, 22 goals, 9 McLaren to 3 goals, 6 Encounter Bay. It's pity Encounter Bay don't have the time kicking down. They were just not bothered about getting the ball, wouldn't they?
Just leave it there. Make them go and get another one. Anyway, they bring the ball back in. Kick it in, and the mark has been taken there by Fife. Fife's got hold of it for Encounter Bay. Just puts the ball on the boot, and
look at that!
It's a short one straight to the opposition, taken down there by McLaren, and that was
Mitten's got
Bentley
it
that
now.
had it before.
Look at this. The backmen are all in there, and then none of them, when the ball comes out, can bother picking up players. There's we've got one player here at centre half forward for Encounter Bay. I reckon that's Allen. Another one in the centre, and they're just standing around.
I think he's too tired to get down there. Anyway.
Kane Hopkins.
Yeah.
He lays back on it.
Yeah, that one's through by the look of it.
The Royal Family Hotel in the main street of Port Elliot prides itself on having a family atmosphere. The dining room is open for lunch and dinner 7 days a week, offering great food specials and friendly service.
Enjoy.
Why not wind down with friends and enjoy a drink in our superb beer garden, one of the best beer gardens on the south coast. There's traditional pub-style accommodation available and a drive-through sip and save outlet. The Royal Family Hotel, 32 North Terrace, Port Elliot.
You've got 34 players in there, and the Bays can't pick up players. Terrible. Back in the centre it goes.
Tosses it up
Yep.
in the centre. Up it goes, and there's McLaren. They're fighting each other to try and get it there, and they made a bit of a mess of that because It's left to Tarka to kick it further down the ground.
And he kicks it away.
And
Free kick.
He's kicked it out of bounds. No one touched it. And McLaren will bring the ball back in.
Moyle.
So Miles decided he'd kick it in short. That's not an easy ball to mark when it's kicked hard like
Mitten back to Moyle.
that. Back to Moyle, and
He just runs the lines, doesn't he?
Down
Nobody bothers to pick him.
down the ground it'll go. And Encounter Bay now going, they have a bit of a wrestle out there for it. And that's held McLaren up for a while now. In they go for the knockdown from the ruck. And it's just going nowhere there at the moment. I think they've got to do that for about the next 10 minutes, otherwise they're going to get beaten by a cricket score.
Yeah, 20 minutes gone.
Umpire throws it up again. And again, trying to get it out. Might have been lip at the
Typical, as it comes out, the whistle goes.
Yeah, he gets straight out to a teammate then, which was a bit unusual, but the ball now is coming out. Encounter Bay are making a bit of a go of this. They're holding them up anyway. And the umpire will throw it up again. So they haven't even put Encounter Bay score up there, the last goal up there. I think
Don't want to get them too big-headed.
they don't want to get too big-headed. Think they kick too many goals, but it's another throw up. So even the scoreboard attendants have got sick of it. Up it goes again, pushed down. There's a chance down there for Tarka. Tarka gets a handball away, and the player then
Too high sweeping, free kick above the
he,
shoulder. He did duck, so
he did duck a bit, but anyway, the ball's come across now, and it's gone out there to Bradley Kruger. Kruger kicks it down to the forward line, and the mark has been taken down there
Jamie Smith.
by McLaren. I'll take this one too. And
Hopkins.
That is number 17, that is Hopkins. Hopkins kicks it into the centre.
Oh, good.
Two
He's picked them out. Mitten.
taken down by Mitten, and Mitten kicks it further down the ground and off the ground. I don't know why he bothered then, because it will stay in. No, it won't.
It's got to be a proper kick, mate. You can't come off the boot. McLaren's are trying to get it because
Williams.
It was tapped off the toe and rolled over the line.
Wasn't it?
It has to be a proper kick. Get the ball and kick it. Same as a handball.
The little fella now will throw it in. Gone in a bit short out there. Still gone to McLaren anyway out there, and that was Billy Charler that had that. The ball has gone across the boundary line now, and the boundary umpire will throw it back in again. So we can't be
22 minutes.
Gone. 22 minutes with a minute of time on gone. And the little fella now has got hold of it. He hadn't done
7
a bad
goals
job all
kicked.
day. And it's picked up now by McLaren.
Mitten.
McLaren got it down there through Mitten, and the ball was picked up. It's gone through out there, and Mitten are playing. The McLaren team's playing out there like the scores are about level at the moment.
Yeah. Oh well, if they've got no opposition against them, why wouldn't you run around?
Umpire will throw it up again. Up it goes. Off hands it goes. And McLaren players got hold of it. They've got him. He had no intentions of getting rid of that one. And the umpire will throw it up again. Up it goes again. The back of the pack. It was Encounter Bay player that ended up getting that one. It's on the ground out there. Lippett's on the ground, and the ball will go back to the umpire. Back it goes again. And over towards the boundary line it goes out there, and coming along the back out there, and I think that might have been a bit of a loose hand pass, and the ball has gone across the boundary line and out of bounds. There'll probably still be about 3 or 4 minutes of time on to go, Trev.
Yeah, it was 7 goals, so it's
7 goals.
gone onto it, so it is.
A few points.
Yeah, boundary umpire with it here on the top side here. Oh, up and under a bit, that one a bit short, goes up. McLaren gets it out. He gets wrapped up. On the ground it goes again. McLaren once again, he gets tackled and goes down. And the umpire comes in for a repeat ball up. So, turns round, sets himself up, goes. Ruckman goes up, smashed out by McLaren. Bays can't even take it out the air. Falls back down, comes back down, stacks on the mill once again. The umpire Popplewell will repeat the dosage once again. Still on the wing, favouring McLaren's end. He turns around. Up she goes. Allen in ruck. Goes up. Allen gets it, comes out. Can't get away with it. McLaren's break out quickly in McKay. McKay goes up to full forward. Over they go. Pearson's doubles back, lost his footing, doubles back and picks the ball up and goes. Now he goes out wide, picks it above the head of his player. Running out there is Williams. Williams picks it all up, kicks with his right boot, goes over. It's just about sitting out there, goes over to there. That was good going there by Encounter Bay. Drags it all back in. Fraser Tonkin can't get away with it. He gets over, drops the ball, and he turns around McLaren player, and the umpire comes in for a ball up right in the interchange. Up she goes, turns around, up they go, pushes the player down in ruck, can't get it out, it comes McLaren, get the ball, drive it back into attack again. Out they go, on the chest, he misses it and drops it, turns around, slashes it forward, goes out, hits the ground, slides over, picks up once again, spins around, goes all out there. There it is, the player marks the ball as a diving mark, rams his head into the ground. And this one there is Matthew Merritt. So Matthew Merritt directly in front, slide angle. It's only going to be about
kick it straight in the back of that ute from here.
Yeah, Bays will be open, the ute takes off and they got no balls, and the trouble is the time gets held off and they'll still have to stand out there and wait for another one. So Merritt now with the ball in his hands, walks in, waits for it now. Drives it up. Oh, he made the umpire work a little. He scrunned that one back. Umpire comes back, indicates a goal.
Mount Compass Quarry and Landscape Supplies have over 40 years experience in mining and blending soils and organics. We're specialists in turf soils, landscaping and organic blends. Customised washed sands for horse arenas, sports grounds and building sands. We also have a large range of decorative stones, gravels, mulches and pine barks. From car trailers to all truckloads. Wholesale Quarry Direct. Mount Compass Quarry and Landscape Supplies, 86 Sandmine Road, Mount Compass. Open Monday to Friday, 7am to 4pm and Saturday 7am to 11am. Phone 8556 8421.
Ball back in the centre of the ground now with the umpire. Comes in now to throw it up. The ruckmen are in there. In they go. In goes the Encounter Bay ruckman. He just went in and he could have knocked it wherever he wanted to, but tried to just bash it and really missed it. Throws it up again. Up it goes. Off hands. Here's a chance for Encounter Bay. They've got it out, but again it goes to the opposition and coming out on this far side now. It's gone over the top there from Grimley. Grimley's got it over to Ellis.
Plays on.
Ellis just plays on, turns around and comes in and gets it over there to a teammate, and that has gone there to Sam Laurie. Laurie might even run around a bit here. No, the umpire's going to say you can't. Wants to take a bit more time and cut the hurt. Anyway, in comes Laurie, and he has put that one through as well. And that is another.
Victor Tyre Power are your local one-stop shop for all tyres, wheels and batteries. Tyre Power are Australia's biggest independent tyre retailer, which means you get the power of a big range of the big brands, expert advice and lower prices.
Get the power of a local owner and operator.
Get the power of great service that keeps you coming back.
Get the power. Victor Tyre Power, 170A Hindmarsh Road, Victor Harbour.
Get the power.
That's the final score here, and turn around, we'll get on to it.
I can't see how that. Did the ball get back to the centre?
Oh, who knows, Kevy? So I suppose, you know, Chook Squires might have been over there and said, let's it's murder. It's murder on the dance floor, so let's ring the siren. So
the ball didn't come back.
Yeah, so for wrap-ups here,
Go.
yeah, for wrap-ups here, we'll turn around, we'll get on here quickly. So Encounter Bay, we've only got 3 goal kickers for them. They finished up with 3 goals 6. We have it down as James Brown. That's probably, you know, may not be right, but it doesn't matter. Blake Bailey and Nicholas Marshall, they were the 3 that we've got. For McLaren's, well, get a cup of tea, get a coffee, a biscuit and going out, because we're going to be here for a while, and I'll read through them as we go. Starting from the top, Lachlan Matthews with 2, Brett Ellis with 5, Todd Mackay with 1, Leon Groves 1, Jordan Mutton 3, Kane Hopkins 1, Jamie Smith 1, James Grimley 4, Matthew Merritt 2, Sam Laurie 1, Max Gill 1, Luke Mitten 2, and Billy Charler 1. So that gives their total of 25-9 to Encounter Bay 3 goals 6 on the FPAG scoreboard. And we'll only be waiting now, Kevy, for these final scores to come around. But yeah, so the wrap-ups we got next weekend, folks. This is the end of the minor round. And so around here, so next weekend, next Saturday, we go to the Mount Compass Oval for the qualifying one there, isn't it? And that will be Willunga and Myponga Selix. McLaren now have a week off because they finished top. And then the following day, Sunday, we go to the McLaren Oval and we will finish up with Encounter Bay and Langhorns Creek playing in that one. So that's the game. Tomorrow at both the Willunga and the McLaren Ovals, aren't they? We have the Mini Colts Carnival. Is that correct, Kev?
Yes, I think that's where it is. And be interesting to see. The kids might have more time making sandcastles down there than what they will playing football, but they reckon there was a fair bit of water on it yesterday and perhaps the day before. But there's been a lot of water falling down there on all our ovals in the last week or so, and it's finding very difficult now to get the water to run off.
Yeah, well, the trouble too with McLaren's, they've got that creek runs out the back and it's only shallow, so if you get a lot of rush, it goes over. It's only like a little levee bank, isn't it? And that can get out there. Like I said years ago, it got flooded on a Saturday morning. When I played Colts, that's that long back. I think Noah was coming.
The Ark was around.
I think Noah was coming down the Ark. It's like happens. I couldn't get picked up as one of the couple, so that worked out badly there. But yeah, we played in it, but like I said, it doesn't make to change much for the kids anyway. You want them to have a reasonable conditions.
Yeah, they do. But at least they got rubber football, so
they
don't get wet.
Yeah, but it's just the footage on it and what goes on and messes around. So it's not good for the kids if they can get somewhere sensible for them. So to go onto it, but
we got any more final scores?
Yeah, we only got one that we're waiting on, Kev. But for around the grounds we got here for the final rounds. Langhorns Creek 27-16 defeating Goolwa Port Elliot 6-4, so a very similar situation to here. Mount Compass 16-15 Yankalilla 7-6. Willunga 18-11 Victor Harbour 8-10, and that should probably...
Hang on, there's a full-time score here. Strathalbyn 15-9.
That's a draw.
Myponga Selix 15-9, so it's a draw.
Yep, it just come into there, so that was the one we were waiting on, so that becomes a draw, but that's not going to help anyone.
Not going to help Strathalbyn,
No, it's not going to help Strath there, because they'll get 2 points, but they're still, they'll be behind.
They get 1 point.
1 point, sorry, but Langhorns Creek got the win, so they can't come up any further. No. The Bays were still a game ahead in percentage, so that gets there. So there we are, folks. It's not much sense going around. We've got to wrap up. So the winners here to the final round 18 of the Great Southern Football League are Langhorn Creek, Mount Compass, a draw between Strathalbyn, Myponga Selix, Willunga and McLaren here. This has been 90.1 Happy FM is Great Southern Footy on air and YouTube.
This has been a presentation from Victor Harbour's 90.1 Happy FM.